There we go. I always got to do the switch. Good evening, everybody, and especially to all those people backstage that said I can't pull my buttons right. And for all those that, again, I see some laughter backstage. You guys can't see that, but I can. I want to welcome everybody to another edition of the Elite SuperFans show. I am Captain Jack, and I am joined by my cohort in crime, Buffalo Fred Kilmartin. And yeah, I got some shit on, stuff on stage that you can't. So again, maybe I'll just move this over a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that's better. This way you can't see the stuff that's beside me. Fred, how are you doing tonight, brother? And
I'm doing good.
I only dropped one S-bomb, and I don't want to do anything beyond that. But you're doing well because, again, your team.
Another weekend of Bills football, absolutely.
Exactly. And it's like, and as I was saying it my show the other night, the penultimate game for each conference. Okay, one more, and to be honest, the conference championship games have always been the best games. You could go back, even the championship games for each conference has always been better in my mind than the Super Bowls have been for the longest time. And I firmly believe that the Buffalo Bills Kansas City game and and I will be kind to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game traveling up to Green Bay and just saying those words out of my mouth, it's hard for me to get those words out.
What's funny is that you look at both the conference, you look at the AFC, they're the young, and then you got the old man over in the NFC. So, you know what I mean? It just looks like the NFC is aging faster than the AFC is. So,
well, there's fine wine.
Yeah,
there's fine wine, and I will say that you have, like I said, the young Bucs in the AFC that are going to be there for. I mean, I tell you what, I see Josh Allen. And I see Patrick Mahomes as being obviously the new breed of really great young stars in the NFL today. And then you have the changing of the guard from the two guys that are there. And I'm trying to stay on my diet, so I'm doing my Crystal Light into my water here.
But, I mean, you look at all the way around the AFC, if you think about it. It's not just Patrick Mahomes. It's not just Josh Allen. I mean, the Jets got young Sam Darnold. You got Baker Mayfield. You got Burrows, you got Herbert. I mean, there's then you got the Lamar Jackson. There's a bunch of young, talented quarterbacks that are right now in the AFC.
Right, and I noticed you didn't say number 4, and I'm not talking about Brett Favre either. So yeah, but as soon as the Raiders can figure out that they need a defense to go with their quarterback, then we might be talking about them as well. Just a little bit of inside talk there, Fred. Yeah. What are the big words that are the big news stories that are going around the NFL? Because I know that you are up for this.
Well, I mean, you look at a lot of the teams right now, they look like they found their head coach, except for the Texans. Again, the Texans and the Eagles. The Eagles are expected to hire Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni. So that might be a done deal. And then we find out what the Texans are actually – They're thinking about hiring Josh McCown as their coach, and they said if they do hire him, they will actually have one staff member, somebody on the staff that has at least a head coaching experience. So that's kind of interesting that they're looking to do that. And then you look at a few other things going on right now. The Bears actually hired Sean Dassi as their defensive coordinator, and he's the first Indian descent to be actually a coordinator in the NFL. So that's kind of a big thing. Then you got Matt Patricia is actually going back to the New England Patriots. He's going to actually.
Daddy, I don't have a job anymore. Can you put me on the staff and pay me, please?
Well, that's the thing, is that he doesn't actually have a title. He's just going to assist. That's all they said. He'll come back there and he'll just be an assist to the coaching staff. And then former Texans head coach Bill O'Brien actually is going to be the new Alabama offensive coordinator. So I don't know how I feel about that, but that didn't take him long not to have a job, be jobless. So he's over there. The Rams got a new defensive coordinator. They actually hired Raheem Morris. He'll come in now. He'll be the new DC there. And then another one is kind of a surprising, but Rob Ryan is hired as the linebacker coach for the Baltimore Ravens. So one of the Ryan boys is back into coaching. So that's, I mean, that might be a good fit for him. Let's see what Harbaugh can do with him.
Well, and I always go for the old joke about when Buddy Ryan was talking about his kids. He says, "Well, which one are you talking about, the fat one or the stupid one?" And we learned that the fat one
is Rob.
Was no, actually, I think the fat one was Rex and the stupid one was Rob. Anyway, they were saying which one, the fat one or the one who likes toes, then it would be,
that would be Rex.
That would be Rex. And by the way, Mary, I found out that I can only have 10. So I'm going to let you go and then come back and get ready for when we go to the AFC. I'm just letting folks know that I got to get somebody back in, but don't go away. I'm just talking to my lady back there. So I'll make sure that she can come back. Watch and monitor, hon. Watch and monitor. Okay. So hopefully we will get somebody because we had somebody that they said that they were trying to come back in. They better come back in because if I kick Mary out, and I'm very upset about that, I want to make sure that they come back in. But we have a great show tonight. But before we go into the show, and my God, I'll do these comments when I get a chance to. But we got to go and talk about our sponsors. So let's do that right away. In fact, I unfortunately I had the wrong part queued up. We had on our boy Mr. Oscar Toledo, who's talking about Bocadillos. Make sure you check out the Bocadillo universe. Let's go to the ones that Fred knows about, and I'll let you go with that there, Fred.
You got it. Yeah, Tosco Toys, these are the guys that actually create the figurines. What they do is if you're a super fan or if you're just a big fan, they actually make a doll, and it'll be of you. So they're really cool. A lot of super fans have them. And if you're looking for gift ideas for that super fan or even just a big fan, I mean, go ahead to order up a Tosco toy.
Yeah, they can make you look actually kind of respectable and cute. I mean, because look at this. This is a Tosco toy, and you see what the real product is. So that's awesome that Tosco can do that. Go find Tosco toys.
Then you got Seasonal Sports. These are the ones that are actually creating the anti-bullying T-shirts that you see for sale at the Elite Superfan page and on the Elite Superfan group. So if you're interested in getting a shirt, go ahead and hit them up. They do screen printing, they do embroidery, and they do a lot of vinyl wrap work. So that's Fred and his wife's family-owned and operated. They both work the business. They're there 24/7 just about. So if you need anything, they're very reasonable. Give them a call.
Okay.
You don't have to be from the area in order to order something from them. They have no problem shipping out anywhere. Then you have Soul Made Football Style, the socks. These are socks. They're every NFL team, all 32 teams. He makes a custom sock. They're comfortable. And hey, like I always say, with the snow that we're getting right now, you can never have more than one pair of socks or need more than one pair of socks this time of year. So if you're looking for stock, it's a nice thing to add to your collection. I mean, I'd love to be sporting them Bills ones right there.
What was that word? I've never heard of that word before. Snow?
Yeah, we have snow. I'm getting about 5-6 inches right now.
Yeah, that's what she said. And then of course the last one there.
Yeah, Ken Newton Studios. He's an artist out of Buffalo, and he's actually a great guy. I know him personally. He does a lot of paintings and stuff for the players. He's around the players. He makes paintings for the players. He just recently he helped out with all the my cleats, all the players. He did Harrison Phillips cleats, and he does the reason why we brought him on too is because he's doing custom footballs, and it's not just for the Bills. He does any football team. All 32 teams are available. If you want to get like. If your team won the Super Bowl, you can get it custom painted on a football. So yeah, follow him. He's got a page. That's Ken Newton Studios. Follow him. He's got a page on Facebook. Great guy.
You know, you set me up for a line like that. So if your team won a Super Bowl, and I was going to say, no, I can't do that. That's just too easy.
Well, my team hasn't won one either. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, the fact he's up there. So again, sorry guys. I mean, it was there, and I didn't take it. I kind of did, but I didn't. But again, the ones that I know about, playerscongress.com. Get with Bob Grant, the president. This organization supports the players of old that didn't make the multiple millions of dollars like they did in the past. They have a wonderful line of apparel. In fact, you can get your shirt here. Let me put it up to the camera here. When football was football, they have about 4 designs of this. Go to playerscongress.com. Support the players that need it, the guys that didn't make all of that big money. And then we also have, Shoes for Kids. Jerry Robinson is president board of directors. Great charitable organization, especially in the winter. And yes, it does get cold out in California too. I think it might get to a very frigid 60.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that Shoes for Kids, they make sure that the kids have shoes. So either send money, support the charity, or if you have lightly soiled, used shoes that are in decent condition, please send them to Shoes for Kids. And then obviously we're talking about the Bocadillo universe. Get with Oscar Toledo. By the way, fantastic stuff. And he does an awesome job. Don't mess with him, okay? And I say that not that we're say he's going to bark at you. He doesn't bark at you. He's so nice. But give the man a chance to perform the wonderfulness that he does. I mean, again, we were talking about Tosco. You can see what Oscar can do. He can make me look good as well in a cartoon character. So check out Bocadillo. Check out Tosco. Great folks that we love to have as our sponsors. So there we go. So that is there. And we are. I'm going to get to the comments here. And I'll try to get folks that are on there. The Ultimate Packer backer, Tim Parsons, is in here. So we got some people in here. So go ahead.
Sure. Remember, if you guys, if you like the show, be sure to like it, share it, help us out a little bit here. Get the show out there.
Okay. Yeah. And Tim, we'll try to get you in on we'll try to get you on the next show, Tim. Win or lose, we definitely want to make sure that the Packers are represented. So there you go. Oh, and he'll answer you, Ed.
I'm actually not, to be honest with you.
Ah, okay. And Sig Saint is in there calling it for his way. There you go. Yeah, and Ed, it just takes me a while to get to the comments, Ed, but we're getting there. There we go. Zach, she wants to make sure, Mary Price wants to make sure that you know that she is here. And again, I'll try to get some of these comments up. But while I'm doing that, let's jump to. Oh, by the way, we didn't mention the big news story today is everybody say a prayer for the passing of the great sports legend Hank Henry Aaron,
yep,
who passed today. A wonderful man. And I know that it's not football related, but I tell you what,
he's a legend anyways.
There you go. I never met him personally, but everybody that's ever had any sort of, interaction with Hank Aaron knows how great he was. So say prayers for the passing of Hank Aaron. Okay, Danny Benas says Chiefs in Tampa, and Euland. Okay, we'll get you in there in just a bit as well, because we're going to go to the NFC in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking NFC. So the fact that we're talking NFC, we're going to get our NFC people on here and repping real. We're going to get all of our NFC people here. And you can't have a crowd like we have and not, I mean, I'll have to get rid of the top because otherwise, well, actually, you don't need to see me. I'm actually, you don't need to see me, but I'll move myself anyway. Getting back to the comments, I want to move some folks around here because I got a Buccaneer next to me and I can't have that. I can't have that. I gotta have Joe. I gotta have Joe next to me. Okay. And because representing the Eagles or actually representing the Green Bay Packers tonight, I'm going to throw them on the other side below, so I have an Eagle guy in between. But I want to have some introductions made representing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it means a lot for me to actually be able to say. And those who don't know, I don't normally say that name, but I want to give my congratulations and thank you to Mr. Mookie Bucks. Mookie, you're representing your Buccaneers, but you're representing from a unique place. I think we should be reversed. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mookie, and thanks again for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me. So I'm actually representing myself all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. We have a Bucs chapter out here called the Buckaholics. So we're a Bucs fan group out here in Nevada. We're set up all throughout the country, just like a lot of the other sports groups. And basically, yeah, we should be switching spots. You should be here, and I should be there. But after this weekend, I'll be there for the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that much.
Woo! Fight words. Well, Mookie, I'll tell you what. If you make it here, come on over and see me. Okay?
Oh, you know I'll be there. I'll definitely come out a drink.
For sure. And you can hang out in the Raider cave, and it's really nice to be here.
I'll bring you a little something for a souvenir.
There you go. You might actually make me want to have your team. No, I can't say that. No, I would be lying. But come on by anytime. Representing the Green Bay Packers tonight, and he's new to the show, so I'm going to have him give himself an honorary title of Packers for the evening. But Michael Givens, tell us a little bit about yourself, because you're not called the Packers sports guy or the Packers sports fan. What is your moniker, sir?
I'm not. So I am a diehard Eagles super fan, and I go by the Philly sports fan. But a fun fact, when I first got into football way back in the day, I started off being a Packers fan. I was born an Eagles fan. I was an Eagles fan from the day I was born till the day I died. That's how that works. But my dad was like, you got to have a backup team. The Eagles always disappoint. And Thursday night football game was the Saints and the Packers, so I picked the Packers. And I actually still have some Packers stuff, but I'm not a huge Packers fan anymore. I like Aaron Rodgers, but I'm an Eagles fan.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Why do you need to have a backup team?
Thank you.
I don't know.
I'm confused.
I don't really anymore, but my dad grew up liking Barry Sanders, so he likes the Eagles and the Lions. But yeah.
So wait, is that a Packer fan or a Lion fan?
Eagles.
So his backup team was the Lions.
He likes Barry Sanders, and he's watching. If he wants to comment and talk about it, he can go ahead and do that. But
okay, well, I'll do that. Let me get some more while we're talking about things. I also want to introduce our wonderful guests that I'm very happy to have back on. We have license plate guy Joe Ruback. Joe, tell us, folks. We love having you on as well. So tell us, folks, a little bit about you.
New York Giants super fan, like everybody else here, which I love representing their teams. I have no dog in the fight, which absolutely sucks. This will be. I just finished the COVID year, which makes my 20th year going to every home and away game. I was able to get through 5 games this year, which was pretty cool. So I wasn't shut out of them all, and I love coming on here, and I love all the guests you have, and their football knowledge and their fandom is incredible. So I'll come on all the time and talk to any one of these guys and girls. Yeah,
and we love you for it. And again,
that's my dad.
Okay.
Who, me? No, just kidding. This guy. hey, and real talk. Going back to what he said about maybe having a backup. Most of us, probably not. But before like free agency, or before like when you used to get a jersey of your favorite player, like that was it for your whole life. So I would assume that the modern day crowd has more than one team, just because of the way players, you might love that player, switch teams around. I don't, but I could see how it could affect some.
And I didn't. I've been through the good, the bad, and the Rob Johnson.
Yeah, I remember some of those bads you had. So yeah, I'm not going to give you any crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as I've often said, and people will know that I say this, there's the Raiders and 31 other teams, and that's the way it is, But again, Mike, that's fine that you had a backup plan, because again, the Eagles for the longest time, and let me say it, I'm sorry, correctly, the Eagles for the longest time, they did disappoint. But I tell you, one person that's never been disappointed about his Eagles, and again, stated correctly, that's the gentleman that's in the Andy Davis square. We had the 9 up for the Brady Bunch, and that's my favorite Andy Davis character, and that is the man, the myth, the Philly sports guy, Jamie. And Jamie, how do you say your last name? I'm not going to screw it up.
I don't even know how to say it.
It's pronounced Paye, like yippee-i-yo, Paye.
Oh, like party.
Okay. So yippee pie, yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly correct.
And I caught it. So I was saying it like Paglier, but it's Paye. Hey, Paye.
Exactly. Okay.
Jamie, tell us a little bit about yourself as well, because again, I loved having you and Joe on these shows, and I tell you, it's been wonderful to have you guys on again. So tell us a little bit about the Philly sports guy for sure.
Well, I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan, along with all the other Philadelphia teams. I am the self-proclaimed and about to prove it loudest fan in the NFL, and I also have the best makeup of just about everybody in the NFL
by far.
So I, just between that, it's like everything else. I'm just a fan like everybody else here, though. That's what I do best. I show a lot of passion. My birds are the best. Yeah, like you said, there's the Eagles, and then there's everybody else. Because really, everybody, it's just like being Italian. There's Italians and people who want to be. There's Eagles fans and people who want to be, and that's exactly it. Everything else is second nature.
I've been a Bills fan so long. There was only 30 teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I remember back when there was like 8, but I wasn't alive then. But I remember it.
Hey, Dave Royce. First off, I can have you removed, sir. So I would just say watch your comments, because I have my hands on the buttons and I can have you removed. So please be kind. Yeah. And again, Kim, we'll see you as well for the pack as well. But last but not least, but never in our hearts, I want to say that we did a hello to Euland. Oh, okay.
Now, get him out.
Okay. You know what?
Hello.
Hang on there, brother. Let me get rid of this person. Thank you. You're gone. You're gone. Bye-bye. Okay.
You won't try saying that in front of the Philly sports guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was about to start making comments, and then I'm like, I'll get in trouble.
No, it will not end.
Philly's a tough team. When they win the Super Bowl, they got to go grease all the light poles.
Can you delete a comment or something so I don't have to look at that?
What team was that? Who greased the light poles?
The Eagles. When they won the Super Bowl, they were greasing.
And we still got up them light bulbs. It didn't matter.
That dude fell on his head. Remember?
That was in a tree.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Tiffany, because apparently I disconnected and I didn't want to disconnect. So thanks, Tiffany, for having my back. Tiffany, go get rid of the a-hole, please.
He might be from another group. I shared it to my other NFL groups. He might be.
It looks like Mork and Mindy.
Yeah,
it is Mork and Mindy.
It is. Hey, Royce, Nanu. Okay, there you go. I tell you what, and again, you and that champ, tell us a little bit about, and I appreciate you being here as well for the show. And again, you were here last week.
Yes.
And,
well, I'm going to introduce. First, I want to say this. Let me go ahead and get this out the way too, because I'm not a sore loser. but I do want to say congratulations to Tampa Bay. I'm just gonna get it out the way, and that's it. Okay, now on the lighter side, my name is Yulan Price. I go by the name of That Champ. It's the character. I don't have the whole gear on, but because I get off of work and I just came home, but I wear a muscle suit and I mimic a wrestlers. And my favorite wrestler that I love to mimic the most is The Rock. I've been a Saints fan all my life. Never rooted for any other team. Um, Born and raised here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but my second home is New Orleans. Been a season ticket holder for 24 years. I love representing my Saints. Um, as you can see, no matter what happened in that game, this fella right here, I'm going to represent him. Everybody's all saying, "Oh, he's gone, he's retired." Well, I'm not going to say anything about it until he officially comes out and say, "I'm done." But until then, I'm still going to rep him. Win or lose, I've been there through the hard times, good times. Um, we Saints fans, we just going to hold our heads up high. You know, this one was a tough one to swallow, especially last week, all of the trash talking I've been talking, especially on the show, and all the way up until Saturday night. It was a tough one, but other than that, we'll be back. We'll be back. No matter who's the quarterback, we'll be back.
Okay, and again, Yulan, I appreciate you being here because you are, just out of the words you're saying, you are that champ. And again, thanks for our exalted panel here. And Royce, I won't say what I want to say because we are an anti-bullying group, but just STFU. Thank you. Having said that, we got Mookie. Go ahead.
I want to say one thing first to the guy right up here. Unfortunately, I'll give you the title of everything that you said, except for the loudest fan.
Get out of here. You ain't got a shot. You ain't got a shot in the world.
No, not me. Wait. Captain Jack knows where I'm going. Not me, but my good friend, my mentor in the Saints Nation, his name is Whistle Monster.
I know Whistle. Me and Whistle got pictures together.
I gotta stand up for Whistle. He has that title, the loudest fan.
I'll be more than willing to put my title up on the line. Anytime, anywhere, I am willing to put the title up on the line. I ain't scared.
Okay. And I will say this, champ, and for Jamie as well. Jamie is going to be down here for the Super Bowl. And if Whistle can come down here for the Super Bowl, we can all be very loud together. So again, so have him come to Tampa. And again,
I'm going to hit him up.
Thanks again, folks. Again, I apologize because I know Mookie wants to talk about those Buccaneers. And again, for this segment, I'm going to actually say the name. Mookie, your Bucs had they swept away the nastiness that was this year. And I got to set this up. Having lost to the Saints twice and by very bad margins, I would actually said you actually went in there and last week and you went and you beat up the New Orleans Saints. So how did you do that? Now, I like to say that it was a lot of the fact that your defensive coordinator had your guys playing well. Because that quarterback whose name escapes me, I know he's number 12. He didn't do a lot, but he didn't have to at the time. But go ahead, Mookie, talk about this past game and how it's going to help you this weekend against the Packers. Because you got to be on the road and win 3 times in order to get a home game.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and that home game, let's not forget, is going to be a historic game when we get there. We'll back it up. You said it well. The defense did everything. And honestly, Tom Brady got to Tampa, and he just has to be a system quarterback. You know, he just has to. He's being protected. He's getting the ball out in time, and the defense is winning like they should. I mean, the defense, the corners were scaring me last week. We went into the game against New Orleans, and our secondary was my biggest question as a fan. They scared me, going up against their high offense and the Saints and Drew Brees and those guys, and of course Kamara. And I was more nervous last week going into that game than I am going into this game. I'll be completely honest with you. The only thing that scares me this week is the weather. Weather is a factor in every football game, so you can't take that out of any Sunday. And but personally, my defense is playing on high levels, and I think that they can take on this Packers team and carry on what they did last week into this week and just totally shut down the run, attack Aaron Rodgers. I keep telling everybody when we played them earlier in the year, Ndamukong Suh got all over Aaron Rodgers, and we didn't have Vita Vea. Vita Vea is back this week, and those two lined up next to each other is ugly, ugly news for any quarterback or any offensive line.
Okay. And Michael, I got to give it to you. Remember, you're not representing the Birds right now. You're representing. No, I'll wait to pull that prop out.
It kills me to do this, but I'm gonna do it real quick because I'm repping the Packers. Hold on.
Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, I got to close. What is this? What?
Well, remember last week Crystal had on a shirt as well, and it was a Tampa Bay shirt, so it was weird to see.
I don't know where the hat went, but we got the NFL hat, which is
there you go. Okay, well then that makes it more of a neutral thing. Go ahead, Michael. You are the Green Bay Packers. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in my best John Fazenda. Okay.
Another Philly guy, by the way.
Another Philly guy. Go ahead.
I think the Packers are going to beat the Bucs on Sunday. You heard it from a Philly fan. The Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are going to be home in the frozen tundra, and they're going to kick Tom Brady's butt on Sunday. And I don't know if I have a score prediction because I'm not good at score predictions. Whenever I give score predictions, I'm like way off, and I just don't do that. But I think everybody expects. I think everybody thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to go Super Bowl, try to get his second ring. And I'm not saying he's going to get a second ring, but I think he's going to be in another Super Bowl and competing for his second ring.
Okay, but I got to ask. You can say that you think, but what makes you believe that it's actually going to happen? What makes you think that what makes you think that the Packers are going to be able to dispatch number 12?
They have a good defense. They have a good cornerback in Jair Alexander. I hope I'm saying that right. And I believe that this is one of the, I don't want to say strongest defenses in the NFL, but top 10. Now, you wouldn't even consider them top 10? Fred? Tim, you can.
No.
To be honest, I had to jump in here real fast.
Please,
First off,
please.
I think Breeze did not play a very good game.
Yeah,
especially in the second half. I thought that he could have gotten away with throwing 2 interceptions, but when he threw 4, that really kind of did him in. You're not going to have that happen with Rodgers. And as far as I know, the story used to be that the Bucs couldn't win a game under 40 degrees. Well, it's going to be a lot colder than that in Green Bay. So, and I know that they don't like it. It's going to be a little chilly up there for them. And I know that Tom might be.
What do you want to talk about shutting down the vet? We're scared to play in the cold, huh?
But yeah, it was like 39 degrees, so don't worry. It's
all right. It's all
okay.
right.
Hey, listen, I remember that game. I'm still crying because Barber is still running. He's still running. But that's beside the point. I tell you, it's going to be a lot colder up there, and Brady don't like to get touched.
Whoa, gentlemen.
He is loud. He's loud.
I got you.
He's loud.
And I love it. I love it. But you know what? And I love you. All your points are good, but Mookie, let him talk, and I will give you the floor as to why you're going to tell him, Jamie, that loudmouth, who is actually saying a lot of great things because he was correct on it. Okay, Why is he incorrect? Because again, it was 39 degrees in Philly. It's going to be 20 in Green Bay.
Hey,
if you could do the math, that's 19.
Hey, Cap. Hey, Cap.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Hey, Cap. First of all, this is where a Giant fan has to step up for a second.
Okay, please.
Because first of all, you guys make it sound like Brady never played in the cold in New England. Number one, it's a different kind of cold, but still. I still have to chime in because this is the first. If our memory serves me, that Green Bay has had a championship game since the Giants beat them in 2007. So I have to speak up because it was such a great year for us. So with that said,
you didn't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time. It's the first time since 2007 that they're hosting a championship game. I happen to agree with James. I do not think you're going to get a poor performance from Aaron Rodgers. I do think Tom Brady's going to step up, but here's where the teams get kind of crazy. I'm not a betting man, but if you were betting these games, you know, the Tom Brady and the Bucs, Mookie, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, they don't really start out that great. Okay, and Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, they always start out great. They never keep the pedal to the floor, and that's their problem. I don't think that's going to happen here in this championship game. I think they're going to go out to a lead, and I don't think they're going to give it back. And it's going to be Brady trying to come back in the third and fourth quarter.
Okay, Mookie, you heard the argument. Your rebuttal, sir.
I mean, listen, everybody keeps relying on Brady. And listen, he came to the team and he was the plug that we needed. We pulled Jameis Winston out and we plugged Brady in. There was only about 3 or 4 other players that initially, got changed as far as starters on both sides of the ball. We had the same team as we did last year with Jameis Winston at helm, and you bring in Tom Brady and a couple other pieces, and we're look where we're at. I don't believe that Tom Brady is going to be the difference maker tomorrow. I truly believe you're going to see this, what you saw earlier in the year when we played the Packers granted, we were in Tampa. It was a beautiful sunny day and we had our home crowd behind us. But I really don't think the weather's going to come into play. I really think the defense and mark my words, the guy is all over the place. Devin White, my linebacker, and our rookie and Antoine Winfield, who they did come out today and say he may not play because he was on the injury report. Those two guys, man, they're just the whole defense. It's not going to be a Tom Brady show. I'm telling you, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is going to win like they did the year they won the Super Bowl in 2002. That defense is going to show up.
I don't disagree with that defense, right. But are you trying to say that if you substituted Winston in right now instead of Brady, that the Bucs would have the same advantage as they do tomorrow in the weekend's game?
No way, Brady. That's what I'm trying to say. Is Brady what is that difference maker? But I don't think he's going to be the difference maker as the defense was last week. The defense won that game last week. I believe that the defense is going to win the game this week.
Real quick, I want to say
you're playing Aaron Rodgers, man.
Let me hear from Dad Champ, please.
I want to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I said, but you're saying we're playing Aaron Rodgers compared to Drew Brees. Those are two elite top 5 quarterbacks in the league. What's the difference?
100%. 100%. You're not going to get those 4 turnovers like Jamie said.
If you put the pressure on, you ain't getting the ball in the air anyway.
Okay, Mookie, let me hear from Champ real quick. Go ahead, Champ.
I want to talk to Mookie for a second. Now, I don't see why all of a sudden when Teddy Bridgewater, unfortunately, when we let him go and he went to Carolina, the Saints fans did not turn their back on Teddy Bridgewater. We still love him even though he's wearing Carolina colors. My point about Winston last year, everybody forgets he threw for 30 interceptions. That's correct. But he threw for 5,000 yards. If a quarterback is throwing for 5,000 yards, he's doing his job. Y'all defense did not step up last year for Jameis Winston. Winston did his job because let me lay some stats on you. Drew Brees had a bad game from our standards, yes, but I wish that sometimes NFL had the same stats as baseball because 3 of those errors was not Drew Brees. He threw the interception. First of all, the first time, I'm gonna say first time. I'm just random. Turnover by Cooks. He dropped the ball. Fumble on him. Y'all went down, scored. Drew Brees threw a touchdown once again to Cooks. Cooks didn't catch the ball. That was a perfect throw. He turned the shoulder in, hit him in the shoulder, interception, went back downfield. Y'all capitalized. Okay, I don't know who to say who was wrong with the Alvin Kamara turnover because of the fact that Kamara was open. He never looked over, turned around. So Drew Brees threw it early. Kamara didn't run the proper route, interception. But on that note, Drew Brees actually had better yards and everything than Tom Brady. Unfortunately, our defense sort of played a good game. But if you take away those 3 interceptions that Drew Brees threw, those turnovers, we would actually win the game. So the reason why I'm saying that Green Bay is going to win is because we lost to Green Bay. We threw everything we could at him with our offense. We had everybody going good. Green Bay just was a good team. I can't take anything away from Green Bay. No one can play in the frozen tundra like Green Bay. They practice in their bare feet running around. And don't get me wrong, that guy from New England, yes, he's played in the cold before, but he's the only person on the team that's used to it. The rest of y'all team is not used to it. So y'all are a sunny team, outdoors, soaking up all the rays. But when it comes to over there in that under 30-degree weather, someone's gonna choke, and it's not gonna be Green Bay.
Yep, I got you there. Now, Mookie, before you go on, Mookie, I know Fred has got a bunch of stats. He's about ready just to explode because Fred is the stats guy, and like I said, and when I get a lot of backup here from Philly sports guy and LPG, but I want Fred to talk before he explodes. Go ahead, Fred.
Well, this is actually the first time that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers has met each other in the postseason. So that's something. And this is also the first time that Aaron Rodgers has actually hosted the NFC Championship game in Lambeau. These guys are going to be playing on a high. And another thing you got to take in consideration, it's very hard to beat a team the second time in the NFL that you don't play twice a year. So for you to try to game plan, it's going to be totally different. I know that the Tampa Bay Bucs beat them 38-10 the last time they played. This is going to be a totally different team. And right now, Davante Adams is healthy now too, and he's probably scoring more touchdowns in this league than any of the other receivers, including Diggs. Diggs has the yards and the catches, but he don't have the touchdowns that Davante Adams has, and that is Aaron Rodgers' guy. He's very hard to cover. He's hard to cover on the outsides, the ins and the outs. So he's going to be the difference maker. And as far as Tom Brady, everybody knows how to beat Tom Brady. It's the A-gap blitz him, come right up and get in his face. I know he's older, and the fact is that he's not going to be able to move around that much in that pocket with that temperature dipping down into the 20s. So,
don't forget Antonio Brown's not playing either.
Yeah, Antonio Brown's already listed as out for this game, so that's one weapon. And now you can run a cover too and double up on Mike Evans. Then it's going to put everything on Jones. He's going to have to not Jones. Yeah, Ronald Jones is going to have to run. So it's going to be a close game, but you got to remember, you got to motivate Aaron Rodgers right now, and he's playing at home, so it's going to be a tough task.
And before I let Mookie answer, I'm going to state some of the obvious things as well. Obviously, I live here in Tampa Bay, and I watched that game. Like I said, it's 20 degrees, vice about 85. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers actually was sick in that game, or a couple of days prior to that game. You could actually see that he was not up to snuff during that game. Now Aaron Rodgers, and I'm sorry, champ, I gotta draw the analogy here. Aaron Rodgers threw away that game much like Drew Brees unfortunately threw the 3 picks that got the Bucs all of that good field position. Right. Whether it was Brees' fault or the other fault. The point is that Brees was responsible for not 3 pick sixes, but de facto pick sixes where they were deep down into the territory. And, by the way, TV 12, if you're going to go to an official and give you a high five, screw you. Okay. And I'm glad okay. But, Mookie, like I said, it's different. Devontae Adams is playing in this game. It's cold. You're going into the tundra. So we've been banging up on you, Mookie. So I got to give it to you now. What's your rebuttal to all of these things?
One question, but I want to do a rebuttal. I just want to ask one question for everybody on the panel. Is Leonard Fournette used to playing in the snow also? Because I don't know if he can run good in the snow.
He can. No, I mean
he played for the Jags. So
yeah, he played for the Jags and for LSU. I don't think he's ever seen snow. Okay, go ahead, shipmate.
Hey, I mean, it's obvious that all the odds are against us here. Between the snow, a healthy Aaron Rodgers, there's also some key injuries we could get into on their side that people aren't talking about. There's their key offensive lineman. I can't remember his name that's out.
Bakhtiari, I think is who you're trying to talk about, right?
Yeah. They just announced that one of their corners is out as well. That didn't practice today. That's not expected to play. So, I mean, listen, it's going to be a shootout. We know what kind of game the Packers can play in the frozen tundra. We know Tampa's coming from a warm weather. It's going to be a battle. It really is. And all the odds are against my team, but I feel like I said in the beginning of this show, I feel more confident about this game than I did going into last week's game. And someone had mentioned it's hard to beat a team twice. Well, I mean, we got beat twice this year, and we rebounded off of that and showed what we could do, and it was a different type of season in the playoffs, and that's what we're here, and it's a championship game. So I think both teams are going to have all weapons, a go, every playbook a go, and I'll tell you what, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I think our defense is going to show the world what we're really about. There's some underrated players, and we're truly underrated. I mean, people forget we are the number one ranked run defense in the league. So, I mean,
and you're going to get a lot of help with Vita Vea coming back. I'll give you that. Now, I'm going to give it to my Packer for the night, Michael Givens. Go ahead, Michael. You had a point you wanted to state, sir.
Yeah, so I've been staying quiet for a while, listening to Mookie talk, and you said it's going to be a blowout. It could be a blowout, but if it was to be a blowout, it would obviously be a blowout the other way around with the Packers on top. But personally, and Packers fans in the comments, Tim and all, you guys agree with me on this. Let us know in the comments. But personally, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. With playoffs, two great teams, two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and I think the Packers are going to win in probably like a 3-point game with winning field goal.
Okay, so Mike, that's your prediction because I'm going to go from your prediction to Mookie's prediction. And I'm going to go around the horn. Mike, that was your prediction. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, your prediction, Mike.
My prediction?
Pain.
I would say 33-30 Packers.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay, 33-30. Okay, Mookie.
I know you were thinking it, champ.
I got it. I got the pain. I got it.
I saw that movie too. Mookie, what's your prediction there, shipmate?
Yeah, brother. All right. So, like I said, it's not going to be any quarterbacks in this game. It's going to be a defensive battle, and I'm going to go ahead and say 34-28. Bucs on top, baby. Super Bowl, here we come. History's made.
Okay, actually, I keep saying this. If the Buccaneers play their Super Bowl game at home, they will not be the first person to do that. People forget that the 49ers played the Dolphins up there in the Bay. So for you people that are saying that it's the first time a home team is representing for a home Super Bowl, look at the F up, okay? It wasn't in their home stadium, but it was a home game.
It wasn't in their home stadium.
But hey, don't mess with the captain, Mookie. I like you, brother, but I'm just saying it was a home game for the Niners. Okay, Mookie, I appreciate that. We're going to go around the horn. Fred, I'm going to keep you for last. Ewan, the champ, talk to me. I know there's a lot of hatred and vitriol and bile built up, but on a analytical comment, what do you think is going to happen? And give me, you don't have to give me a score, but give me a spread.
Oh, I'll give you a score. I do believe it's going to be a offensive game. Everybody's saying defense, but no, I think it's going to be an offensive game. If you don't pressure Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for 300 plus yards this game. They're going to bring the whole house to Tom Brady to pressure him. But mainly I say it's going to be offensive for the Packers, and I do believe it's going to be 28-14, Green Bay.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Joe, what do you know?
I'm gonna go with the Packers because they're home. I'm gonna go with the Packers because of Rodgers. I'm gonna go with the Packers because of Adams. 27-23. I just believe that the first time since they hosted the championship game before, they're finally gonna get they're gonna win this one at home.
Okay. Philly sports guy, Jamie, are we gonna have you come to Tampa Bay to watch the home team in their home stadium play a Super Bowl, or are you going to be coming to see us, and Mookie's going to stay in Vegas saying, I almost had it. It'd be like one of those memes with the guy with the fishing pole. You almost had it. Talk to me there, Jamie. What's going on in your mind?
I'll be honest. It's funny to me because I got Mookie over on one side saying that it's going to be a defensive game, and then says it's going to be 34-30, and then you got the Saints guy below me saying that it's going to be an offensive game and it's going to be 28-14. I don't get it, but whatever. I think that this is going to be. I think it's going to be a laugher, actually, and I think that it's going to be the Packers big. I think that it's going to be very similar to what it was like with the Vikings. I think that the Buccaneers, every time the Buccaneers start sniffing themselves a little bit, they get knocked down to size. This is going to be one of those times. I think that this has been. Yep, I think that Rodgers has had the chip on his shoulder since they chose the quarterback in the first round, and I think that he's going to go ahead and really start to provide this. When I looked at the defensive backfield for Tampa Bay, it looks to me like all of those cornerbacks were born in Florida and went to like Auburn and Alabama and such like that. So this is going to be their first real game in cold weather ever, almost. So my thought is it's going to be an ugly day for them. It's going to be more like a 37-17 game. I would definitely take the Packers and take them big.
Okay. Well, again, I got to say, Mookie, I appreciate you being here representing your team. And again, like I said, come back next week. Hopefully we'll have you with the other captain. He calls me Captain 2. I don't answer the Captain 2. Okay. I might be, the silver and black captain, but I don't effing answer to Captain 2. But yeah, hopefully we'll have the other captain come on. But Mookie, thank you for representing your Packers. And Michael, I want to say thank you for representing the Packers, even though, you're still a Philly guy. We got to have you on there, but we appreciate you being on there. So, gentlemen, I'm going to allow you guys to leave because we're going to do a transition back to the AFC. And I got to get you out. But again, I thank you for being here on our show this evening.
Hey, Mookie, good luck, man.
Hey, Mookie, one thing before don't wait. Mookie, one thing. Saints wasn't in the Super Bowl last year, but I was still over there in Tampa, and I represent the Saints. But my thing is, you're gonna be there. Go ahead, fly out there to Tampa because you can. Wrong thing. You can root for the other team in the Super Bowl because they're gonna win it.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of people crying like the Giants did when the Eagles lost against Washington. That's what's going to happen in Tampa Bay. There's going to be a lot of people flowing.
What a dirtbag coach move,
right
man.
Here. One thing. Hold on.
Okay, Mookie. Okay, come on.
I got one thing for you right here. You see this? We want all the smoke, baby. We want it all.
You're about to get it.
We want it all, baby.
You are going to get it
It's
on.
legal out in Vegas.
Go
All right, fellas.
Hey, Champ, before you take off, I forgot to tell you last time you were on the show. You remember Will Smith, right? Your DN?
Yes.
I graduated from the same school he graduated from.
He was a good fella. I knew him. I'm not gonna say personally, but
No, I've met him several times. He always came back to the area. He always did a football camp and everything. Great guy.
He really was a great guy.
Yeah.
He really was.
I forgot to tell you that the last time you were on.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
And Mookie, Tim Parsons says you're all smoking.
I agree,
Mary.
Tim.
But again, if you want the smoke, you might be getting. Again, Mookie, thanks for coming on. Michael,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks again, fellas.
All right. Thanks again. I don't want to get rid of the wrong person here. So there we go. There we are. All right. Gentlemen, did I get rid? No, okay. All my guys are here. And you guys are awesome. So, but I definitely have to make sure the first people I have to add are.
Oh my goodness, the background noise is gone. Thank God.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to tell Captain, but it was that young cat.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, there's only so much I can do.
Oh, that's my boy right there.
He's only got 2 thumbs. I forgot.
Yeah, there's only so much I can do. So
right.
Now I got. Hopefully we'll have. There we go. I got. And do I got? No, I don't. I definitely have to have people move. Okay, there we go.
You need room for somebody else in here in the room?
Yeah, I tell you, if you're watching, Mary, I definitely going to have Mary come on. So yeah, Champ, I appreciate you being here, and like I said, I will stick around, and if you don't see Mary, come back on and try to come back into the stream in a little bit.
I'll be watching.
All right, thanks,
Champ.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. That might be a breeze on the interception. Yeah.
Oh no. That's the warrior growl.
Okay.
Is that what that was?
Okay, come on now. That's okay. Come on. Okay.
Oh no, I got room. I got room.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say you should have room. You're up to 10 people.
Yeah. Okay. I got room. So if you guys want to stick around, because I do got the folks separated, and Champ, you're Alice. You're Alice in the middle. Okay. But I can't have that. I gotta have, if I'm gonna have Alice in the middle, I gotta have a good looking lady in the middle.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. There you go. So I think
everybody agrees with that.
Yeah. You are
Jamie, don't say it.
I didn't say a word.
Okay. I want to welcome to the broadcast 3 new participants here. Actually everybody's been here before, and I want to make sure. Oh, it says somebody is trying to enter the stream. Okay. Champ,
Nope.
Nope. Okay, well, I guess we might have lost our gentleman here.
Yeah, anytime if you want to put somebody in, I understand you just click the button and I'll be watching on the phone.
Okay. Champ, they said there's supposed to be another person coming in, but we only got 8. So I'm gonna keep everybody here until I see it again. But okay. I will want to introduce the folks we have come on. I'm gonna leave the lady should be first, but because she's special to me, I'm gonna leave her till last. Okay, and that's a preference. I know that she will have no problem with that. I will say that well, there's Captain D again. So if we got somebody coming in, we'll be good. The participants for the AFC Championship, and I want to thank these gentlemen for coming back again. Are my gentleman from Kansas City, which is KC Warrior, representing the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending. Whoops, somebody's gonna have to turn their stuff down.
My bad. That was me. My bad. I was trying to turn it down.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I can only handle listening to myself the first time. So there you go.
Got to always be the Saints fan.
I want to thank Casey Warrior for coming in. I want to thank A-Bomb from coming in, and I want to thank Mary from coming in. But because he's new to the program, and I want to give him his full due, I want to welcome Captain Defense from the Baltimore Ravens for coming in here. Captain, I appreciate you being here, sir. Tell us a little bit about you, because we weren't able to have you on last week, and we want to make sure that we give you your fair shrift. How you doing, sir? And he might be frozen.
Just like his defense was last weekend.
Be nice. I mean,
I don't think it was the offense or the defense. I think it was the offense.
Yeah. Okay. Captain, I'm going to kick you out to have you come back in. So if you are hearing me, if you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, we will have you back in. I'm going to remove you, sir. Try to come back in on the queue. Okay. Thanks again. We'll try to get this done. All right. So until that happens, thank you there, Tiffany. I appreciate that. We got the participants for the AFC Championship game again. Again, representing the Kansas City Chiefs, I have KC Warrior. Zach, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit, because we already heard from everybody before. Quick version, because I want to make sure we get in on the game.
You want to so pretty much, as you may know, I'm the KC Warrior. I'm one of the most diehard Kansas City Chiefs fans that you've ever meet and all. Pretty much, I've been a Chiefs fan pretty much my whole life. I became a fan back in 1993, the year Joe Montana came into town, and it wasn't just because of Montana. I also became a fan because of my grandfather. He had been a Chiefs fan ever since Lamar Hunt brought the team to Kansas City from Dallas in the early 60s. And he didn't have to preach too much. He didn't have to preach twice about not only to me, but to my cousins, or primarily his grandkids, like how to be a Chiefs fan, which was one, always be loud. And two,
I know what the second one is. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Hate the friggin' Raiders!
Yep.
Wasn't everybody?
So pretty much I've been a fan ever since. And unfortunately, about 4 years ago, it's actually almost close to that. About 4 years ago, my grandfather had suffered a stroke twice, and unfortunately, I think it was probably before the divisional game against Pittsburgh a few years back. He had passed away, and I think the last thing I said to him was, I don't know. I know the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl pretty soon, and whenever it comes to that, I'll know that you'll see that through my eyes. And sure enough, last February, that came to fruition, and so pretty much this year we're hoping to be Super Bowl champions again. Probably become a better dynasty than the New England Patriots.
Well, I ain't touching that with a 1,000-foot pole, but I appreciate the comment there. On the other hand, we have our gentleman from Buffalo, A-Bomb, Anthony. Don't you even freaking think of calling him Tony. Hey, Tony, we got Anthony, we got A-Bomb here. How you doing here, brother?
Jack, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you having me on the show.
I'm good. You're always welcome here there, Anthony. What's going on? And then again, we had fun last week, but for those that weren't here last week, give us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, I mean, I'm 26 years old. I've been a Bills fan basically since before I was even born. You know, my mother was pregnant with me at one of the coldest weather games in Buffalo history. Actually, in Monday night NFL history. I've broken tables before. For anybody out there that's wondering, I'm very passionate about the Buffalo Bills. Just to be able to see them go to the AFC Championship game is just it really is incredible. I mean, the people were breaking tables in Allentown. It's just what goes on in this community and being a part of this fan base. It truly feels, call me corny if you want, but it truly feels magical. And so I'm just very passionate about this team and very passionate about football too. I'm a fan of the game before I'm a fan of the team, but it's just a little bit about me.
All right. Well, again, Anthony, good to see you, brother. Hey, we got the pastroli and the parmesan. Hey, leave the gun.
What's it out?
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. There you go.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. Come on.
And again, last but not least, and certainly not in my heart, I want to thank the middle square. Obviously, Abby Davis, played by Mary Brennan, my favorite Bronco lady. Thank you for being here, honey, and a bit about yourself as well.
Thank you, friend. Yeah, actually, I've been a fan since I was like 2. Been in Denver since '73. I try to go to any and every activity, event, player sponsored or not, involving the Broncos, and just ride or die. Obviously, didn't have a lot to be happy about this year, but you got to always spread the Bronco cheer. Doesn't matter, win or lose. I'll always still love those boys. I bleed orange and blue.
There you go. And again, and Mary knows this from the bottom of my heart. I love orange and blue. On Saturday!
Sunday!
Oh, goodness.
Whatever.
LSU. Oh, I'm sorry.
MIZZOU.
Okay. Anyway, having said that, I appreciate everybody being here. And again, Casey Warrior and Anthony, otherwise known as A-Bomb. I got the guy representing the Bills. Again, congratulations for both of your teams being here. I can actually say your teams I have to cough up a lung when I have to say the Buccaneers on purpose. But I do try to have that, and hopefully we'll have defense join us. We got some problems, so it's got to be. It's not me. Remember, it's not you, it's me. But no, it's really not me. There we go. Captain D, good to see you as well, and right on cue because we haven't gone beyond that. I want to welcome and he's flying and he's not freezing so far. I don't want to jinx myself. Captain Defense, how are you doing today, sir? And I appreciate you being aboard. Captain D.
I'm doing good.
There we go. Go ahead, sir. Good to hear from you.
It's got to be his anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, that definitely sounds like a Wi-Fi problem.
Yeah.
You got to feed that squirrel so he runs faster on the wheel.
Cap, I got to do this, and I'm doing it to you. If we can fix the what do you call it? Being next to because we did it with Zach this week, and I want to thank Brian for having Zach over at his house because it was a problem with the net. We love having you on, and we definitely want to have you on again. Hopefully, we'll make sure that the feed is quicker. And I apologize, sir. And thank you for making an appearance, sir. And hopefully, we can have you back on again. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for. Okay, we tried, and again, thanks for Captain being here. And hopefully, we'll have him back again. But again, gentlemen. And I tell you what, you got a rough. Hey! I tell you, it's got you a rough crowd here. You got Joe up there, you got Jamie down there, you got a kid from friggin' New Orleans that gonna kick your ass as well. So watch what you're saying, okay? Because I tell you, we're gonna definitely take you out in the parking lot if we don't like what we're hearing. And then Mary, I tell you, don't mess with Mary. Don't mess with Mary. Because there's something about Mary. and there is some gel product that I could talk about as well. Anyway, Zach, and again, thank you for being here, and A-Bomb, thank you for being here.
Of course.
I'm gonna let the visiting team, the Buffalo Bills, who have represented, were my pick to represent the AFC. Don't let me down there, A-Bomb. You are going into Kansas City. You are coming into Kansas City. Tell me why. Tell me why you are going to win the game, sir.
Okay, first off, I just want to say to KC Warrior, hats off to you for your fandom. Honestly, that's incredible.
And Mafia.
I got nothing but respect for the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. So just to be able to play against you guys, this is going to be a heck of an opportunity. But I do believe it's going to be a dogfight for this very reason. I believe that Josh Allen last year when they lost to the Houston Texans, I believe that at that moment, something lit a fire in that guy's heart that just made him want to work that much harder, and he wanted to be able to play the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you're the Buffalo Bills and you've been waiting this long to prove yourself and you want to cement yourself as an actual legit contending franchise in this league, you have to go toe-to-toe with the greatest. Well, I mean, I know a lot of Bills fans out there were hoping Mahomes wasn't going to be playing this game. That's BS. Let me just tell you, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. I mean, I don't want the easy matchup, no excuses. But I'm going to tell you this. Kansas City might have beat us earlier in the season, and I give you guys hats off. You guys played a better game than us. It was a sloppy game. I'm going to say this, though, that I believe the whole thing with the Titans game and the preparation and not knowing if we're going to be able to play that game or if it was going to get forfeited or what might have messed up our preparation for that Kansas City game. And let's be honest, you guys are the Super Bowl defending champions. So, I mean, we didn't come out and we didn't play our best football, but the team that is currently playing right now and the team that has won their last, I think it's 7 or 8 games, that team right now is a much different football team than what they saw in Buffalo back when Kansas City played against us, because this team has found its stride defensively now. We saw that against the Baltimore Ravens. They played a heck of a game defensively. It kind of went against what I was going to see. I thought I was going to see the offense wake up and both offenses go head-to-head, but Buffalo's defense is showing that they can play. And, I mean, obviously we know that the offense can put up numbers too. I think that it's going to be very tough because I swear to God, it feels like whenever Patrick Mahomes throws a touchdown, it feels like they scored 28 points. I'm serious. That's how quick and explosive Kansas City is. So if you're Buffalo, you have to, number one, you can't turn the football over. That was a big factor in beating Baltimore. Number two, you have to get to Patrick Mahomes somehow, and you have to force them to punt the football, because if you don't, it's just too easy for Kansas City, and that's what they do. But I fully believe that Buffalo's defense right now has found its stride, and I believe that our preparation and our team's mentality is everything heading into this game. And I think that being an underdog and being the team that has something to prove is just that much more of an adding factor to this game.
All right. Well, again, we waited out to you, and I tell you, strong words from the Buffalo crowd. I'm telling you, let me hear from you, KC Warrior, as to why you're going to be defending the grounds, and you're going to make it back to another Super Bowl and coming on in here. So again, floor is yours, sir, because again, I'll be very honest, you got a lot of tough people you gotta to convince. And again, not that I'm saying you gotta have all your stuff in one sock, but I am saying you gotta have all your stuff in one sock. Zach, up to you, KC Warrior. What's going on with you, and why is it that Kansas City is going to make their second trip back-to-back to the Super Bowl, shipmate?
Well, before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to my good friends in the Chiefs Army, and particularly to my comrade Jamie Killam, aka the Casey Stinger. I figured I should tell you, Jamie is battling COVID-19 now. He was tested positive earlier this week, and so he's going to be quarantined for about 2 weeks, of probably at least up until the Super Bowl. So I just want to give a shout out to him, and like, Jamie, if you're watching this, get yourself well, Stinger, because the Warrior, and everybody in the Chiefs Kingdom, and everybody in my group in the Chiefs Army were rooting for you for you to get well because we need you for the Super Bowl for damn sure. So
he's got a great name. All our names stick together.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, it is a good name because it's Jay and me.
Wow. Bum.
Well,
Let the guy talk.
First of all, thank you, Penelope, if for bringing that point up, because I was just about to say that. Yeah, I think the whole deal with Mahomes getting that possible concussion. I will admit, myself and everybody in Kansas City were just holding their breath, hoping that it wasn't what they feared it was. And well, luckily, it was basically just a pinched nerve in the neck and everything. So
they actually call it a spinal cord concussion.
Or yeah, something.
That was more of a MMA chokehold because it looked like he held onto his neck, wouldn't let go, and he almost choked him out.
Yeah. That's kind of like the side effects in that is pretty much dizziness and so on. But
you know, a lot of KC fans were actually trying to get a petition together to try to get this guy banned from the NFL. But just so you know, Patrick Mahomes was technically a running back at the point in time, so he's free game.
That's true. That is true.
Even Mrs. Mahomes said something. Mama Mahomes. I read that tweet.
Yes.
Sorry.
You're good.
Even I said when I was doing the broadcast, I said, what is that? Is that crying? There's no crying. No crying in football. I'm sorry. I just had to.
You're good. You're good. To answer your question, Captain Jack. I said something about this in the SuperFan show last week in regards to the Chiefs been playing in close for about the last month and a half. That's just part of football. You're not perfect, and any win is a win, even if it doesn't matter if it's ugly or not. And the way that we played against Cleveland up until Mahomes suffered that near fatal bullet type of injury. We were playing good, and I know the Browns gave us a good fight, and I will give a shout out to Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, and the Dog Pound. You guys played a hell of a game against us, and I feel like Baker Mayfield's got a bright future ahead of him, and I know the Browns are going to be in good hands. But other than that,
why are you winning?
We've got besides all the injuries. I know Willie Gay's not going to be playing, but most of our guys, Watkins, Edwards-Helaire, Fenton, and Breland. Their list is leading up to this game, but I will say this: I feel confident that we're pretty much going to just take on anybody that tries to come to Arrowhead and try to push us around. I know the Raiders did that. I'll give Captain Jack. I'll give you props for that. This is pretty much like every game that we played. It's always important. And
I gotta ask: are you guys winning without Mahomes? Are you guys going to win without Mahomes?
Mahomes is playing.
He is playing.
Yeah,
that's already guaranteed.
He got protocol today, and he's starting Sunday. So we are.
But the ankle is still messed up. That ankle is still messed up.
No, it wasn't an ankle. It was it was a
The toe.
turf
I'm sorry, the big toe. The big toe.
Yeah,
the
he
big
lost
toe.
his toenail there. That's what happened. He lost a toenail.
Yeah,
Now, I tell you, that hurts. That hurts like a son of a gun.
It was it. Hey, champ, you see
I don't
that?
want to see your foot on there.
Oh,
There's the put Hillary out on the screen right now.
wait.
No,
Somebody open up Doritos.
I tell you.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Go ahead, Zach. But yeah, it was.
But to finish up my
Oh goodness, that was a good.
I know Buffalo is
That was
and I know that this team is way different. Is way different than who we played back in week 6, and I feel this is gonna be pretty much. I feel like this is gonna
Brian Dean, right?
So, but to finish what I was saying, yeah, the Bills. This Bills team is pretty much what I feared that they were going to be. I mean, I know the way we played against them in week 6. I mean, despite like playing in the elements and all, I feel like this is going to be a different Bills team than what we used to face. So I have a feeling it's going to be a good game. I will say this. I feel it's going to be a shootout. I mean, despite Buffalo being like so good, I mean, I don't think this Bills defense is nothing compared. Is not gonna pretty much quote unquote roll with Mahomes. So
And let me stop you right there for a second because you brought up a very good point. Okay, and no, I'm not gonna talk about that last comment. The fact is that you guys, as an off, like I said, the Browns went in there and they played you rather tough defensively, and I think that the Bills defense is better than what the Browns have gone throwing at you. And again,
right.
when you kind of mush huddle Mahomes, which is what the Raiders did the first time, and you kind of sit back in zone and let him try to do what he did. I mean, yeah, you picked apart the Browns defense, but the Bills last week did about the same thing against Jackson, making sure that he couldn't beat them on the ground. It was kind of like the same defense that I saw the Raiders employ against Mahomes. I saw the Bills employ that against Jackson. So I think that the Bills have the capabilities on their defense to solve that problem and take Mahomes out of his element. And that's if Mahomes is 100%. He is playing, but he's got that bad toe that looks behind. And okay, I'll wait for the bump. He's got a bad toe that looks better than mine, but he is not playing at 100%.
Oh, Captain, he's 150%. His playoffs. Shoot him in the damn big toe. He's going to be fine. There's absolutely nothing going to be slowing Mahomes down, and you know it. That's ridiculous to even say he's not going to be 100. He's 100.
Okay, well, I just had to ask. And again, I want to hear from the Bills. Like I said, you saw how Mahomes is going to be. I apologize. Before we get there, I want to hear from Fred because I know Fred's got stats, and I know Joe and then Jamie are going to throw in there, and then I'm going to let the hounds out. They're going to get on everybody. Go ahead and throw some stats out.
Well, first of all, in week 6, you have to look at this Bills defense. First of all, Tre'Davious White was injured with a back injury. Milano didn't play. Tremaine Edmonds was still dealing with a shoulder injury. Josh Allen was also dealing with a shoulder injury. The team was not 100% whatsoever. We also had that mix-up where we were preparing for the Tennessee Titans, and then we weren't preparing for them. We were prepared for Kansas City on Thursday night, and the NFL announced that we're playing Tennessee on that Tuesday. So we went down there, and we looked horrible. So we go and we play against Kansas City Chiefs. We lose by 9 points. After that, the Bills have been 11-1. The one loss was the Hail Mary. The Hail Murray.
Yeah.
Right? And then the Chiefs ended up finishing the last month by beating 4 teams by a combined 23 points. And Mahomes right now they actually ended with 4 interceptions within that month. So you're looking at this Bills team. They're totally different. They're not anything near what they were in week 6. This defense is clicking on all cylinders. Right now, they're healthy. I'm not predicting a win. I'm just saying that don't think the Kansas City Chiefs are just going to go push this Buffalo Bills team around, because that's not happening. Baltimore went to Buffalo and scored 3 points, and everybody said that's not going to happen. Bills aren't going to stop Lamar Jackson. Bills aren't going to be able to do anything against that defense. They didn't count us against the Colts. So you guys that keep counting against the Bills, go right ahead.
Hey.
No, wait. Don't do the us. Right now, you are a neutral stat dude.
Yeah. I was just going to – Captain, thank you for saying that, because I was just going to ask him, how in the world are you not predicting a victory, number one? Which is mind-boggling to me, because it doesn't matter whether you get killed or not. Of course you're predicting a victory for the Bills.
I just don't want to say – I don't, man.
No, of course you do that. That's why we're on this show.
Right. Remember,
represent your team.
Oh, we
100%.
I got you, but right now you're a neutral stat dude, Fred.
Oh, hey, Fred, that sucks, bro. I would get off and get back on as a fan.
Because Captain's really neutral on everything, too, right? He never says anything.
I've been like this all year, though. I know. I hope the football gods take care of us.
You know what? I will tell you guys something. Last time that the Chiefs and the Bills got together, I don't think I'm gonna give you a name, and please guys watch this, because I believe he's gonna have an impact on this game, and that's Dawson Knox.
Yeah, he wasn't there either.
Correct. Not only wasn't he there, as Captain will tell you, that's how the Raiders beat the Chiefs, because they attacked that middle. And if I'm not mistaken, Josh Allen, that intermediate middle is his strong suit. And I believe that they can attack the Chiefs down that middle all day. And if the Chiefs can't figure it out, because the Chiefs haven't guarded anybody down that middle, especially the tight end, that's going to make for a good game on Sunday, man.
Okay. I was gonna say, Casey Warrior, you want to take the volley on that slam that just came over the net in tennis terms?
Well,
no, it was a winner. It went over the net. It was a winner.
Yeah. Pretty much just despite, our defense, like, just being, middle of the road. I know that, I know the schemes that, like, Steve Spagnuolo likes to do with his defense, and I know that. I was gonna say.
I know about Spag.
I know Spag's defense.
You got. I was gonna say, you did a hell of a good job being the defensive coordinator for your Giants, beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I will give him props for that. But I know that Spags is gonna get his boys ready, and I know that with our offensive, our defensive line, has struggled. I know that probably within like the last six games, we've only got maybe one or our defensive line's got maybe like 1 or 2 sacks in the last six games. But I know that he's gonna get them ready. I know Tyrann Mathieu is gonna get the secondary ready, and we'll be ready for the Bills to come into town and try to knock us off our pedestal. And by the way, I do want to add something to that. If I remember correctly, I think there's a supermarket somewhere in Buffalo that I think
Wegmans.
What is it called? Dashes or something?
Dashes, Anthony.
Wegmans.
I never heard of Dashes. Wegmans.
I was reading something. There's a supermarket somewhere in Buffalo that is banning any Buffalo
barbecue sauce. Yeah.
Wow.
Masterpiece. They're banning anybody from they're banning
that Casey Masterpiece buffalo sauce from being sold up until
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that's the way it should be, man. I love it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're pretty.
Stop
we're pretty
crying.
careful
Stop
here.
They're
crying.
banning
All right,
from being sold because of
hey,
KC.
don't
That's
make me turn this car around.
that's ridiculous.
Don't make me turn this car around because first off, I love the banter. And remember, I'm always neutral. Okay. but I want
Not towards captain, though.
well, okay. I want to welcome to the show because he's moving around. He's not frozen, and I'm very happy to have you here, Captain Defense. Captain, you've missed a bet, but because you've missed a bid, and we have heard from a bunch of other people, I'm going to allow you to go after whoever the hell you want right now.
Ooh.
Okay. Whether it be the Kansas City gentleman, KC Warrior, or you're going to go after A-Bomb, who's representing the Bills. I want you to go after whoever you want and tell me why you think that X team is going to win and why, sir. Again, it's my way of getting you into the action right now there, shipmate, and there's no better way to do it. We got Captain Young, we got Captain Defense, and we got the captains here. So the floor is yours, Wes, Captain Defense, and welcome to the show, sir.
Well, there's not too much I can add since my team lost, but I do think, we've played Kansas City Chiefs a couple of times. The only way I think you can beat Kansas City is you got to win time of possession, right? You got to win time of possession. We always realize we can't get in the shoot. We don't have the offense to get into a shootout with Kansas City. When we beat them, we almost beat them one time is because, we had 4 or 5 minute drives. But, Kansas City can be beaten. But if you're going to beat Kansas City, I think it's going to be like a 24-28 game. And I think Buffalo could beat Kansas City, but Buffalo will have to run for more than 29 yards, I think. So
Okay. Well, that's the way to break. That's the way to come into a show, Captain Defense.
Right. And
Defense.
Defense. And see, when we played the Bills, what happened is we have a top running game, but our passing game is right 32nd. We have no balance. The Bills put 8 or 9 in the box and dared us to throw the ball, and we couldn't throw it. Lamar can't throw to the outside. He's more of an intermediate to the tight end. And our formula was to shut down Stephon Diggs, but then y'all nickel and dime us like the second half. He would get like 10 yards and run it. But we was determined when we're going to beat. But I think the Bills can beat the Kansas City. But you got to run for more than 29 yards.
That's perfect because the Kansas City's run defense is ranked 21st. So we can probably run on them.
Right.
Okay. So, and like I said, that's why I threw you in the mix there, shipmate, because I knew that we waited for you to come in and just come in right in there with the punch.
Well, what happened is my laptop wasn't working, so I'm on my iPhone now.
Dude, whatever works for you,
right?
D, whatever works for you, man.
Right.
I appreciate the fact that you stuck. That's being stuck to it, baby. That's Captain Defense for you.
So, Captain Defense, how long have you been a Raven fan?
I've been a Ravens fan for 25 years. I've been to every Ravens game but 3. I've been there for 25 years.
So Captain what did you think about Bills Mafia donating to Lamar Jackson's charity?
Well, I thought that was pretty. I know a lot of Bills fans. I know Pinto Ron. I know the Bell Ringer. So I know a couple of Bills fans. But you guys are class act, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate Lamar signing a few autographs after the game. Because it's probably tough. It's probably tough for him to sign autographs. But I appreciate him, and I appreciate you guys donating.
405,000 they donated.
Wow.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's crazy, by the way.
All for the kids. It's all for the kids.
Right.
So great.
Well, that's what life is all. Life is always about what you do for others. Because when I started Captain Defense, once I got the platform, I said, "What I can, how can I make a difference?" So I started doing it. But I've been doing this a long time. Of course, people thought I was crazy when I first started. So
join the club.
Right.
Hey, and I love that. I love that donation. I think that I'm glad you brought that up. I think that is absolutely incredible. The Giants, we were going to do the same for Philly, but of course, you know what happened.
Still crying. Still crying. Oh my God, where's my Kleenex?
Hold on, I gotta get my boots on. It's getting deep in here.
I had it last time, Joe, but I don't have any more wipes. I apologize.
Okay. Well, can I add something here?
Go ahead, please do.
So if you guys are like, if you guys know your football trivia history and everything, well, our game against Buffalo, this will be the third time.
27-year separation.
20. Yeah, I was going to say 27 years separate. Thanks.
95-93 and this year.
Yes.
Last time was 30-13.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Fred, give him a friggin' chance to get the words out, man.
It's too late. We already heard it now.
But one thing, when the Bills play Kansas City, you guys must find out if Mahomes' his foot is 100%. I'll blitz him and find out if in fact he is. And then if he is, then you can adjust your defense. But you got to find out if he's 100%. That's what I would do. I'll blitz him.
Stomping on his toes? Is that what you're saying? You're going to stomp on his toes a little bit?
Well, he was the last time I saw him, he was limping on the field. So I tweeted some show today, and I said, the first couple of series, I'm finding out if Mahomes' foot is okay. Right. And then if it is, then adjust the defense. But it might not be. So that's what
we got the Saints guy right next to you here. Were you in cahoots with him? They got banned from the NFL for a few minutes because of doing stuff like that.
He says he's going after his foot. In the words of New Orleans, that sounds like a bounty.
That's part of football. That's just part of football.
Yeah, see.
That's just part of football.
Williams thought, and then it's okay.
I was saying that all the way through 2010, 2011. That's a part of the game.
It is.
Right. Yeah.
You take out the star, and you take out the head, and the body will fall.
One thing, Captain, that while you were gone, that one thing that you missed was a shot of my big toe. So it was a good thing that you were actually gone.
No.
Yeah, don't do
that. Hey, just like Beetlejuice says, hey, only one show a night, baby. There you go. Okay.
Hey, but Bill, man.
I appreciate that as well. So I got to go around. I got to go around the horn, and I agree. I agree with you on that, there, Dean. And thank you for coming in as well. Let's go around the horn. We did hear from Fred the Stat Guy, not the Bills fan, but Fred the Stat Guy on a bunch of good things. I got, and Mary, because I love you, you're going to go last because we want to hear from the lady last. It's not because there's a bunch of guys around you. And remember, you are Andy Davis, you are Alice, you are.
This is the most fun I've had on a Friday night in forever.
Okay,
you need to get out.
It's COVID. Nobody's going out.
I'm going to throw it. I got to throw it to what do you know, Joe? Joe, talk to me about this game. Who do you like and why?
Good luck to the Bills. Good luck to the Chiefs. I mean, it's going to be awesome. Don't ever come on here again as Stat Guy. You should always be your team, man. I can't believe he had to do that with you today. But I'm sorry. I'm going with the home team. I'm going with Mahomes. I'm going with Reed. I think that the Bills aren't going to go away quietly. I'm looking at a field goal to win the game, and I'm looking at a high-scoring game, 37-34.
See, I disagree. You got to be unbiased like me.
No way.
It's going to be rainy, wet, and snowy, just so you guys know for the weather forecast.
Even better, I'm changing my score, 47-43.
Okay, 47-43 for the ketchup, the ketchup and mustard barbecue crew. Okay. Next,
hey, we Kansas Cityans, we're famous for barbecue. So if the Bills Mafia wants to piss and moan after we beat them, they can go have some barbecue.
Hey, hold on.
You want?
Hold on. Real talk with that. I've been everywhere 5 times over. The first time I ever went to Kansas City, and a friend of mine brought me to this freaking gas station barbecue
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing. It's Oklahoma Joe's, which is now just called Joe's. Greatest thing I ever had in my life. And I love buffalo food.
And Tyreek Hill, just so you know, guaranteed the Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl today.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Guaranteed?
All right, I'm changing it. 57-54.
All right. If we wait long enough, the stock market will go up again. So we'll come back.
We're just waiting for the Kansas City Super Bowl Shuffle to come out.
I want to see. Like Joe, we'll wait to the end of the segment. We'll see if it goes up into the 80s.
Fair enough.
My next question on, because we had we got the Northeast Loudmouths. Joe, I got to go to the other score. I got to go to the other square, and I think this is Bobby down there, right? The boys were on the left, right? So that's Bobby.
Are you talking about me, or are you talking about the Saints guy?
No,
Jamie. Jamie, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, the boys were on the left. I'm sorry.
I don't remember the Brady bunch. So it wasn't like I wasn't really paying attention. I was watching Gilligan's Island.
And they never did get off.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
Well, actually, they did get off. That's what
you're looking at. Hey, well, you're looking at Mary.
Marianne.
I was always a ginger girl.
I'm with you, Jamie. I'm with you on that one.
Rest in peace, Tom Wells.
Oh yeah, she just passed.
Yeah,
Marianne did.
Oh yeah, that's right. She did.
Okay. So again, Bobby in the lower corner. And you're definitely not Paul Lynn either. Actually, that would make Barry Paul Lynn, and that's actually the best as well. So, Bobby, the youngest Brady.
Oh, Bobby.
So, So I guess you're talking about me. Just knock it off with the Bobby. Nobody gets the reference. You're the only one that does. So, anyways, all right. So I was thinking about this. I figured I'd have a few more seconds to formulate it, but I'll be honest. I think that this is going to be a lot closer of a game. When you watch the Chiefs game against Cleveland, I understand that he lost his big toe now. You know what I mean? I feel like that's exactly what happened because it was
not reference. No.
Don't do it again. You promised not to. You promised not to.
I promise.
Anyway,
I won't.
and I know how much that hurts, and I know how long that hurts because I've had that happen to me. So I can imagine it as. But the one thing that I noticed was that it seems like the Chiefs seem to trail off now that they don't keep. That they can get figured out. And in the second half, it seems like that the other teams have been able to make adjustments. Good teams have been able to make adjustments and make these games a lot closer. The problem is that I think that Cleveland could have won that game. They could have won that game, and it was a very good play call by Andy Reid on 4th and 1 that did it. I believe that saved their game because I thought Cleveland would come back and win. So, and I asked earlier this week, especially after watching that game, if I could be honorary member of the Bills Mafia just for this time, because I'm also a really big fan of the Bills' dad, and I think that he comes up with some really good parodies of songs, and I haven't heard anybody good singing over in Kansas City at all. So I'm going with the Bills to win this game. And I think it's going to be close, but I think they're going to come out and they're going to wind up winning it, coming back from behind to win this game. And I think it's going to be 31-30. It's going to actually be a 1-point game, and they're going to kick or 34-33. They're going to wind up winning it by 1 point.
Okay. So we got the two corners done. I got to go to Champ. Champ, what's your analysis here? What do you think? What's going on?
My man Brian Vetter.
Well, if let's look at it this way. Quarterback, I give it to Kansas City. Defense, I give it to Buffalo. Wide receivers, I have to give 2 to Kansas City. If you try to stop Tyreek, you got Travis who's going to step up. If you double Diggs, it's going to be a little complicated for the Bills. But the Bills been looking forward to this more than I would say any team right now. they've been haven't been here in a long, long time. Because I remember the 3 years in a row they went and didn't make it. We went 4 in a row. So we broke your record though. You went 3 years in a row. We went 4 in a row. Didn't make it.
Yeah, they went
We
4
went
in a row.
4
I don't know what
years in
you're
a row to
talking
the
about.
Super Bowl.
You're giving them not
No.
all their due.
No. But on that note, I'm still gonna say Kansas City 32, Buffalo 14.
Hey, Anthony,
Wow.
can you tell him who we have as wide receivers, please?
Yeah, I would love to actually. So you said that if you double Stephon Diggs,
I got you. Now I'm going to come back to you gentlemen last after I get to D and Mary. So you guys, take it all in, because remember, we're sharpshooting you both of you guys. We're sharpshooting. Actually, I'm just unbiased. I get a chance to get everybody else's opinion, so we're good. So defense. Again, you've played, and again, thank you for being here, sir. You've listened to the analogies of all the three corners, and with the stats guy to the left, that is a unbiased, non-built stat. Okay. D, talk to me. Who wins this game and why? And again, you can be as unbiased as hell, sir.
If Buffalo rushes for over 75 yards, they'll beat Kansas City. If Buffalo rushes for over 75 yards, they'll beat Kansas City.
Yeah. Okay.
And when we play and we play Kansas City, we said everybody else on Kansas City going to beat us, but we ain't going to let Kelsey beat us. In other words, you can't shut down Kelsey. You can't shut down Tyreek Hill. So my formula is you got to pick. And I think Mahomes going to feel remnants of that concussion during the game. Mark my words. So I'm taking Buffalo 28-24.
All right. So I got two for Buffalo, 2 for KC.
Let Buffalo run for 75 yards. They can't run for 29. If they run for 75 yards, they'll beat Kansas City.
Okay.
Does that include the quarterback? If the quarterback happens to
that's a quarterback because what happened is, like I said, when it happens is when you run the ball, the safeties start creeping up. So if you rush for 75 yards, you'll beat Kansas City, and Mahomes going to feel the remnants of his concussion, I think.
Okay. Not that we're talking about a bounty.
No, I'm not talking no bounty.
Not no bounty, because that's part of football.
Well, Buffalo's going to blitz him the first couple of series and find out if he has a concussion.
Greg Williams, what did you say, Greg? Oh, I'm on the live show, Greg. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Greg. By the way,
if you're not ready to play, don't suit up. If you're not ready to play, don't suit up.
All right. Hey, Greg Williams, by the way, thanks for that win in New York. Beating I'm sorry. I had him on the other line.
He's going to the Raiders.
We got Gus Bradley. He's not the defensive coordinator. I want to say thanks to Miss Mary, Alice, or Paul Lynn, depending upon whichever reference you get. Jamie, okay, still the best of the shows. Mary, talk to me. Now, your team, the Broncos, has faced both of these teams this year. Okay, you went into Kansas City when you were actually talking with Mr. Warrior, and it was a closer game than he gave you credit for. I don't really, and I think you actually played Buffalo not too bad, because the Broncos have played a lot of people tough this year. How do you see this game, and who do you see winning? And by the way, I think that Buffalo is going to rush for more than 75, D. So I'm gonna chalk you up with a Buffalo 2-2 there.
Right.
Eric, talk to me. What do you see, and how do you see it?
Honestly, I'm coming from this from kind of a different perspective, and I wish both of the teams the best of luck. And it's no disrespect to my Kansas City Chief guy. But one of the things Bolin always said as a fan is you never, ever, ever root for a division rival to go to the Super Bowl. Number one.
True.
Number one. Number two, I'm always a big fan of the underdogs. And the excitement and the passion that you've seen this year as a fan, especially with COVID, with not being able to go to games, even like we talked about with the even the Bills, what they did for Lamar Jackson, or for the charity, just the support and the encouragement you've seen, and seeing this city be so excited for their team, it's long overdue. So I am rooting for the Bills to win this.
Okay, you're rooting.
I am going to be cheering for the Bills in my orange and blue.
I got you.
It's going to be a close game, though. I don't think it's going to be easy. They're going to have to fight for it.
Okay, you're rooting, but who do you think is going to win, honey?
The Bills.
Okay, good. Okay, I had to get it out of you because remember,
Give us the score.
I'm on. No. You don't.
I never know the score. I think it's going to be close, though. I kind of agree with Jamie. It's going to be close. It's going to be a point or two, like within 3 points. It's not going to be the 47 or the 87 or the 57.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it, but it was only by 3.
Okay.
I did see that. It was 47 to 40. Yes.
But has it
60
gone up
to 63, you said?
87, 80, 87, 84?
No, I'm still in the 70s.
Okay, still in the 70s. Well, it goes in the 50s the last time, so it's gone up at least 20. Okay. Thank you, Mary. We've heard the things. Now, Fred, you want to throw out any last stats before I ask the participants how they see the game, sir?
Well, I mean, if you look at this team, this Bills team, we haven't really ran, but we only ran once this year. We're over 180 yards. That was against the Patriots. And I think Dable was kind of showing that, we don't have to run against the Baltimore Ravens. But I got a feeling going up against this 21st ranked rush defense, I think you're going to see Singletary have a breakout game. And this is a game that you're going to have to, because ultimately when you run the ball, you run the clock, and you got to sustain drives against Mahomes. So I think we are going to rush. I think that you also got to account for Josh Allen is not Baker Mayfield. He's 6'5", 230 pounds, and he will run at you, and he will throw the ball. So if Kansas City is going to struggle against the run, now you got to account for our running backs, and you have to account for Josh Allen. And then as far as Patrick Mahomes, his running, don't forget is that Sean McDermott knows how to stop these running quarterbacks. So that's going to be a big plus as well. Keeping him in the pocket is what they got to do. And we're healthy on defense, so that's a plus.
Okay. So, but now you can be now you got your stats. Now I tell you what, you didn't pick the game yet because you and I are going to do that after when everybody is gone. Okay, so don't pick the game yet. We're leaving it to the gentlemen that are here. By the way, A-Bomb, because you wanted to know that's his name. Don't call him Tony.
Oh no, I'm laughing at Philly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was I doing something wrong?
Okay.
No, it looked like he was like, oh my God, really? Is he still talking? No, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. He knows you by now, and I can't wait to meet Jamie up front and personal. A-Bomb, Anthony.
How are we doing, Captain Jack?
I'm good, brother. Now, like you said, you were ready to pounce on somebody, and I'm definitely going to throw you that cue again. Stephon Diggs plays for the Bills. He doesn't play for the Chiefs.
We also have more than them.
Yeah, so okay. I want to say...
Go ahead and tell everybody where they're wrong, sir, because I know you won't.
So, I mean, like, I got to call it like I see it to Champ. So you said if you double Stephon Diggs, it becomes very difficult. Okay, well, that's why we had a second-team All-Pro receiver in Cole Beasley who finished just shy of 1,000 yards. We had a rookie receiver who was second on the team in touchdowns, and in his first playoff performance had, I think, 85 yards, and he was the biggest factor in the first half when Stephon Diggs wasn't being utilized. You got those three guys. You got John Brown as well, who had one of his best seasons last year when he was the number one guy. You just have plenty of targets. It's Stephon Diggs gets open, but it's because you have to respect those other guys' games too. You can't just go and double Diggs because they'll beat you some other way. They have so many different ways to beat you. And I mean, yes, I'll tell you, Tyreek Hill, I don't know how you possibly defend the guy. The guy's just faster than he's called Peter for a freaking reason. Travis Kelce, obviously one of the most elite tight ends to ever play the game. But outside of that, I don't know how they're going to beat the Buffalo secondary. I just really don't. I really have confidence in Tre'Davious White, Josh Norman, Levi Wallace, and obviously Taron Johnson, who had a legendary for Buffalo.
Boyer. Oh, excuse me.
Well, okay, I want to say historically, if I'm not mistaken, John Brown ran through Kansas. Get the historical reference, people. John Brown running through Kansas. If you guys don't get that, get back to your history book. Okay.
We weren't around back in your days.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you not see the cover of the Kansas album? Anyway, Yeah, I'm showing my age.
I'm actually a Kansas fan, and I've never seen the Kansas album because I had cassette tapes back then.
I had cassette tapes too, okay?
We had electricity.
I didn't do 8 tracks. I did cassette tapes. Okay, so Anthony, you're saying Buffalo is going to win by? Did you give a spread?
Well, I mean, Vegas has the Chiefs favored by 3 points, but I mean, I honestly think that Buffalo is going to win this game. I got a 29-26 score. I think that possibly Buffalo gets set up for a last-second field goal, and I think Tyler Bass, who's obviously, I mean, with the exception of last weekend, obviously, but the win was a little bit of a factor in that game. I think that the kid has really proved himself since having his first couple misses. I think that he might be the difference maker at the very end of the game. So I think Buffalo takes it 29-26. I just got confidence that we're a more complete team. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Chiefs are the team to beat, and until we beat them, it's going to be that way. But I do fully believe that the way that this team has played this year and the way that they found their identity and the way that they're hitting their strides, I have full confidence in them. I really do.
Well, there's that 3 points that the guy in the top right corner is talking about, but it hasn't hit 70 yet, right, Joe?
You know, I'm pushing it, but no, not yet. And you know what? It's funny listening to everybody because, you know, those that go on that Super Bowl run seem to not only hit their stride, you know, late in the season, but they also come together as a team. And I don't think any other team came more together than the Bills have, you know, with the snowball fights and the dancing and the this and that. And you know, that it does come into play. You know, I'm not changing what I said. I still think the Chiefs are going to win at home, but if there's one team that's gonna beat them, it's gonna be the Bills. So I'm actually looking forward to this game.
Definitely so, and I've been looking forward to it as well.
Well, one thing happened in our games. The Bills did. The Bills made a halftime adjustment. They figured that we wasn't going to let Diggs beat us deep, so Diggs was beating us in the intermediate routes. In the second half, he was killing us 10 yards here, running for 10 yards. But so that's what happened. So that was a good halftime adjustment on that part.
I love that you just said that. We talked about that before. Right. That intermediate middle is going to be the key
for the second half.
I'm telling you, if that's going to happen, intermediate, and Casey's going to be in trouble because the Raiders beat him that way, and the Panthers killed him that way.
Because we backed our safeties up and said Diggs is not getting us behind it. And then the second half, Diggs was getting 10 yards here. He was running for here. He was running those intermediate routes, and I think he had 106 yards. But so that was a good halftime adjustment what Buffalo did, that we wasn't going to let Diggs get behind us. So, okay, we'll hit Diggs with the 10 or 15, the mid routes, and that's what killed us. And that's how he got over 100 yards. So the good adjustment on the Bills' part.
Okay. Jamie, are you okay? It sounds like you're having a headache, brother.
No, not having a headache. I like I said, I just it's exciting listening to all this. I wish that the Eagles were in it, but we're not. You know what I mean? The Giants are still crying about it, as we heard earlier.
Right.
You know, it's just like the Saints are out of it again. You know,
but we're not crying.
And now we got to worry about. Now we're talking about the Chiefs and how the Chiefs are going to, either do it or not do it. With Andy Reid, who's also like a Philly guy, kind of, and stuff like that. But I like after being up to Buffalo last year and watching the Bills. The Bills Mafia kind of be like they are and feeling a little kindred to them because of that team. Not that the Chiefs have not a bad fan base, but, they always talk about how bad the Philadelphia fan base is. But didn't I remember reading about how a Raiders fan was killed at Chiefs Stadium? I do remember that a little bit. So, but it's always Philly that gets the have the bad fans, but that's okay. Like I said, I think that this is going to be a real close game. It's going to be real fun to watch, and I think that both of these games are going to be worthwhile. You know what I mean? It's like this is going to probably. I think that these games are going to eclipse the Super Bowl. I don't think that the Super Bowl is going to be as good a game.
I started this show, and I know you guys, Captain talking again. But I said that the conference championship games for the last several years, if not the last decade, have always been a better game than what you get in the Super Bowl. And for the most part, that's played out. And I firmly believe that these are the 4 best teams that have been, and they're there for a reason, and it's going to be a snot dragger for a good game to watch, and that's why don't do anything on Sunday. Make sure you're there.
We haven't had a back-to-back Super Bowl team since the Patriots in 2003.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, nobody cares about that.
I'm just saying. 03 and 04. Sorry.
I'm trying to make sure that
That's because they cheated.
Yeah. Agreed. Zach, you guys didn't cheat to get into the Super Bowl, so I know that you're definitely going to get there with some hard work, okay? And I give the hats off to you as well. Who's going to win and why, shipmate?
Well, before I get into my prediction, I wanted to piggyback on what I was saying earlier. This is a rematch, us versus Buffalo, a rematch about 27 years in the making, and I feel like, in a sense, this is going to be the rubber match for both of these teams. These two legendary franchises back from their days of the old American Football League, and I'm pretty sure somewhere up in the heavens above, Lamar Hunt and Ralph Wilson are probably just smiling and knowing that the franchises that they created are going to be playing each other again for the right to go to the Super Bowl. But
they actually developed the AFL.
Yep. 2 of the original members of the Foolish Club.
Yep.
So
you're saying the Bills are going to win?
Hell no. Hey, you see this here? We adopted this after we won the Super Bowl, and ever since then, Mahomes and everybody in the Chiefs Kingdom knew that one Super Bowl isn't enough. And no matter how many, I even said this like earlier in one of my Warrior videos earlier today. Nobody's like going to come into Arrowhead and try to drag us out in the mud. And I'll say this: despite Mahomes like being not fully 100%, he's going to get it done. Tyreek is going to get it done. Travis Kelce is going to do his thing that he always does. And I know the defense is going to step up. As I said, Spags is going to get the boys ready. Matthew is going to just play hardcore like he always has because he's the Honey Badger. And what is going to happen? Chiefs are going to beat Buffalo by 3 points, and we're going to show the Bills Mafia that the Chiefs Kingdom, the best fans in the National Football League, we are going to go to Tampa. We're going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Woo!
Somebody woke him up.
Hey, Warrior, I got to hand it to you, man. Have you been standing this whole time?
Yes, I have.
That's awesome, bro.
They may be the best, but the Bills are the smartest.
No, I got to give. And by the way, if Brian is there with you, can we get him on camera real quick with the $5 hairdo that we were talking about pre-show?
Sure.
Who's Big Brian? Let me see Big Brian.
Yeah. Brian,
Big Brian.
Brian, again, I want to thank you for providing your
he was a Bengals fan.
Cave, for the show. And if you don't mind, like I said, next week or the week when we have the Super Bowl show, if you don't mind, because I tell you the acoustics and the camera work were wonderful. So I'm going to let you know that he owes you a pizza, but we'd love for you to have him back for the next show as well.
Captain Jack, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, sure, please do. It's not like I talk too much.
Once we beat Buffalo, I'm gonna make a trip to Tampa and join the activities for for the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously, I'm not rich. I mean, if I won like that $1 billion jackpot on Mega Millions and everything, I probably would. But no, I'm going to go to Tampa and join the festivities and everything. It's something that I've been wanting. I've been pretty much looking forward to for like the last 7 or 8 months. So the next time I come onto the show, I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be in and Joseph Paul Pratt. I saw that. Well, I'll show it again just to make sure.
Yep.
I don't think everybody.
QP.
Warrior. Well, let's just say you don't want to met the KC Warrior, the best Chiefs super fan that the world, that the kingdom has ever seen. So you want to keep dreaming? Come at me, brother.
And that's the bottom line, because that champ said so.
Thank you.
There you go. No, hey. I love it. Go ahead, Joe. You were about ready to say something, sir. Go ahead.
No. Just good luck to all these teams.
He was about to say 80. He was about to say 80 to 83.
I'm rooting for all the teams that won't tank.
Still crying. Still.
I got it's not a handkerchief, Joe, but it'll work.
I'll bring my own next time. I'll bring my own.
Sock.
I do have one question. Was Jalen hurt?
No.
Okay. And with that note, I'm gonna.
That was an coach's decision.
At this note, I want to thank everybody for being here, because I've enjoyed having everybody on, and it's always a pleasure. Remember, Joe and Jamie definitely have for me, because it's not like that we're not going to entertain people when we don't have Joe and Jamie in there. So I defense, thank you for being in here as well, sir. I appreciate you working with us again, because again, you were bound and determined to be in here, and I tell you what, a lot there, and I appreciate you being here. Champ, it's always a pleasure. Hopefully I'll see you in Nollins, or you come here, you get your other brother in here as well. Mary, I love you, and you take care. There's my air hug for you. And if you like I said, if you haven't had this much on a Friday, we need to get you out more often. And Brian and his $5 hairdo, thank you for showing up as well, shipmate. That's why he has the $5 hairdo. I'll tell you what, nobody can rock the crowd like you, brother. There you go. And again, hey, Bob, Zach, Brian, again, Joe, Jamie, Wes, Euland, Mary, I love you all, and thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the Elite Superfan show, and thank you for standing up. Remember, we all are against bullying, so that was in here earlier. Fair, good riddance to you there, you little. I won't say it, but you guys know where my mouth is going on that one.
Yep.
But
I want to just say that I feel offended that I keep getting bullied about my team losing that last game fair and square. It's like every week I come on, I got to deal with this guy up in the other corner crying about how we lost that game fair and square.
Okay, wait a second. I think that there's something that's coming for you there, Shipmate. I'll go and get that as well.
So you know that New Orleans is coming to Philly next season. So my question to you is, will you be my security when I come up there to let you know me and you are friends? So that
So I do offer that service. It only costs you a front row ticket for me, and you will be untouched throughout all the tailgates. You get the full Philadelphia,
Yeah, no, don't tell me gets the full Philadelphia treatment. He won't come.
He'll be protected with me. They listen to me.
So he's so wait. So he just admitted about his fan base.
No, Captain, here's the deal. I said this before, and I'll say it again.
Yes, sir.
They are like any other fan base. They're extremely diehard.
That's
but
right.
if you are a visiting fan going to Philly and the Phillies lose, you are in trouble.
Yeah.
If you are a visiting fan going to Philly and and Philly wins, you're in trouble.
So you great first time. There you go.
And I tell you what, not for nothing. When I went down to New Orleans, it's not like you guys just sit around and do nothing either. You guys are a pretty passionate fan base down that way.
No, we all go down to Bourbon Street and take a few Hail Marys and grenades.
The first time I went down there, I sat behind the Falcon, the guy who plays the Falcon on the Avengers.
Oh,
he's a huge Anthony Mackie, huge Saints fan. My first time ever being there, I'm usually the one that's the loud one, and he's like, I got you covered, and he put me down the entire time with your whole song. We will come to crunk you. I mean, I feel like I hear that song way too much every time I go there.
We have an Avenger on our team. What do you expect?
Well, hey, and I was all painted up. I did one of my special paint jobs. That's when the Mohawk first came out. You know, I went crazy. So,
but after the game, you must admit though, we went down to Bourbon Street and everybody loved each other.
Right.
Yeah. After I showered. I gotta get that makeup off as quick as possible.
Can I just say something real quick?
Get him, Warrior. Get him.
I just want to say, I may have said this last week. I will say this there's maybe 3 fan bases I have the utmost respect for, and that's Saints fans, because like I said last week in last weekend's show, I mean, you guys are so passionate, and I think ever since what happened to that city after Katrina hit, I think it's really turned around this fan base, and I feel what the Saints have done and what Drew Brees has done. I mean, he's
because of him.
Yep, he's gonna. Hey, there's no doubt he's gonna go into the Hall of Fame. Hopefully, a first ballot Hall of Famer. And so yeah, you guys have got I'm sure you guys have got the Saints have got a bright future ahead of them, and I wish you the best. And also, A-Bomb, I don't want to be. I'm not the kind of person that wants to do some trash talking like some Chiefs fans and everything. But I will say this, and I'm probably piggybacking what I said earlier. If we beat you guys, it's no big deal. We'll just go to one of our favorite restaurants. We'll just go to one of our favorite We'll just go to one of our
It'll be nothing. It would be nothing.
Courtesy of the Warrior, the Chiefs Kingdom, and our great mayor, Quentin Lucas. So at least we'll get you guys some free barbecue while you guys watch us hold the Lamar Hunt trophy.
Right. And then when we beat you guys, we'll probably just donate $500,000 or something.
Make sure you lock up your table.
And you see a whole bunch of buffalo wings.
Oh man, Bill fans do it right. Bill fans do it right.
Yeah, you come up to Buffalo, go to the Hammer Lot with me. I'll show you guys what's up.
So I tell you what, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm going to be down there for the Super Bowl, and I don't care whoever does win. I know I'm pulling a little bit for Buffalo, but whoever does win, you still think that you could be louder than me? Bring it.
Hey,
James,
so this KC versus Bills game is going to be called the barbecue game. Who has the best barbecue? Buffalo wings versus KC Masterpiece.
I really don't care. I don't care for barbecue.
You don't?
Wings,
no. We have the best barbecue in the country. So
Tennessee. I'm sorry.
if any region in the United States say that they got the best barbecue, like Texas barbecue or North Carolina barbecue or anything,
Tennessee
barbecue.
Tennessee barbecue, it don't matter. KC barbecue is always the best.
All right,
No,
I'm out of here because now I'm hungry. See you.
Exactly.
Hey, that's the best exit. You know, I'm hungry. I got to go. And thank you, Joe, for being here. And again, for everybody else that's here, thank you for being here. I get a chance to kick you all out. Be ready for other shows. Again, defense. Thanks for bearing with us, and everybody else. You know, everybody's invited back to talk good or bad about their team on the next show.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, good luck, Warrior, this week.
Good luck.
Thanks
Good
for
luck,
everybody coming
Warrior.
on the show. Appreciate it.
Good luck to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good luck.
All right. I got.
Go Bills.
There you go. I'm going to get. I'm trying to remove people.
Hey, Captain Jack, if you need somebody to represent, KC Warrior, if you need somebody else to, I'm sorry, Bill's gonna hate me for this here, but if you need somebody to help represent your Super Bowl, just let me know. I'll be there with you.
All right.
Oh, hey. Oh, absolutely.
Fugazi. That's so Fugazi.
I'm gonna have on a top.
We were talking. We were making fun of somebody else that had a second team. I'm going to get a Saints fan who's that's
I'm going to get my LSU Tyrann Matthew jersey on. That's what I'm going to be wearing.
I was going to say, you guys are coming to Tampa for the Super Bowl, and you see somebody like wielding the Universal title belt with the Warrior mask, you know that's me. You know that I will.
You'll see me because I'll have the mohawk.
Hey, I will look for everybody if I can get out of the house. Okay, so you know I will try to see as many people as I can. Zach will see as well. And Jamie, I'll definitely see you coming up, gentlemen. Thanks again.
You'll at least hear me on the way.
Yeah, you will. Yeah. All right.
Later, dude. Later, fellas.
Later.
Right.
Later. Have a good night, fellas.
Appreciate it. Jamie, we'll see you later, brother. All right. Wow.
What a show.
Yeah, I tell you, and we didn't even get a chance to, and I know that I left it to us there, brother, because I wanted to get your takes, because I don't think that I had a chance to we haven't talked about what we think. And I kind of did that deliberately because I want to see what we got for this. And I always like to give it to you because you're very analytical, whereas I'll use my analysis, but I will also give what I think. So go ahead, Fred. Now, again, you don't have to be neutral here.
We're talking about the Packers. Which one we talk about right now, right?
Okay, we'll start with the NFC. We're talking about the Packers hosting the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Rodgers has done all year. Yeah, he had that one game against the Bucs where he was let down, but I mean, the Bucs have a good defense. But the fact is that there's too many weapons right now on Green Bay. I really think that the way that Rodgers is playing, the way that he's throwing the ball around, and Jones is. I gotta think that Rodgers is destined to get to the Super Bowl this year. Like I said, it's the first time that he's been able to actually host an NFC Championship game in Lambeau. He's only got one Super Bowl, and I don't think he's going to have many more opportunities. And I think he needs another Super Bowl win on his resume. As far as Tom Brady, I mean, I'm not a fan of Tom Brady. I never have been a fan of Tom Brady.
I wonder why.
Yeah, but I think that he's going to make it a game. But I think ultimately it's going to be too much. I really think Green Bay Packers are going to be able to pull this out. I had the Green Bay Packers winning 28-21.
Okay. And again, very analytical, whereas the vitriol and the sheer loathing, I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to be the analyst that I actually am, okay? And it's hard because, again, I don't like the local team. I don't like them. But I will say that they've come a long way. And all I've been hearing since the beginning of the season was how the Buccaneers were going to have that home Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done everything that they could. They beat the odds, and it was last week they beat the odds with a good defense against the Saints, and I think that's why it was hard for me to swallow. Okay, but I truly believe that it ends this weekend, and I said that's pure analysis. It's not hatred. I think going to Green Bay is going to be a different animal than when they played the Packers here earlier. It was warm.
Yep.
The Packers didn't have a few of their key members there. And actually, Aaron Rodgers had a really horrible game because he was sick. You could see it in his face. You could see, when they did the close-up in his eyes, he didn't want to be there, and he played a really crappy game. And he gave like a pick six, and then another, kind of like what Breeze did last week. He let Tampa dictate the game, and that's why it was a laugher, and that's why the Bills lost. Or sorry, the Packers lost. So I got to say that, all loathing and hatred and abhorrence aside, I really think that the Packers win. And I think it's going to be too much for Tampa to go up to the frozen tundra. I just firmly believe that. Now, getting to the game that obviously interests you, and it is the night game. And I know that the Bills can go into a cold weather climate. It's not like the Bills don't know how to handle cold weather. I don't know what the average. I'm sure you probably have the stats for what the game temp will be, but that's even. You got a frozen environment in Kansas City with a cold weather team coming in there. Okay, so that's a scratch right there. The question that's on everybody's mind is not will Mahomes play, because we know he's going to play, but how well will he play? And he's a young kid, but he is coming off a concussion protocol. And, and normally it takes a while to get back, and they've already cleared him. And I think I think they kind of rushed that. And I really think that the people really need to look again, like they gave, and I saw the meme today where that at this day, Goodell gave them a COVID pass or whatever to have Mahomes play. And I really believe that they are playing favorites here. And I really don't like that. I want to make sure that Mahomes is up to playing the game, because you could say what you want, and the one person was saying, do you really think that Kansas City would risk a game with Mahomes? Yeah, they would, because they want to get back to the Super Bowl. And I think that they didn't go through all of the right things. So I really think it's good. Well, I'll hold my prediction till after that. How do you feel about the Bills coming into Kansas City, Fred?
Well, I mean, first of all, you want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. I truly don't believe it was a concussion. Like I said, the actual wording of it is it's a
spinal contusion or something?
It's a spinal. Yeah. And what it is that it affects your extremities and everything. And it gives you the illusion that you have a concussion. The perfect example is Sidney Crosby from the Pittsburgh Penguins. All right. He had always had these issues that he had a concussion, and there was always concussion about it, another concussion. Come to find out, he had swelling on his neck, on his spine, on the spinal. So that was affecting him, giving him like symptoms of a concussion. That's the only thing that is concerning with me, is the fact is that how he stood up. He was, I think, shocked by the way his body was acting. So in a sense, what the spinal cord concussion is, it's almost like getting whiplash. So, your head is getting, and that's what it was. It was a pulling. And so he probably did lose a little bit of numbness, so to speak, when those, when his spinal cord was stretched there. So I don't think it was a true concussion. So for him not to have the symptoms and for him to get out of the concussion protocol as fast as he did, I'm not surprised by that. The fact is, I just hope that this kid is healthy enough to go out there and play, because a neck injury, a spinal cord injury, that's tough. You could get hit the wrong way, and you could be paralyzed for the rest of your life. So I'm hoping that they took the right proper procedures to let this kid play, because ultimately, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. But I wouldn't want to do that and jeopardize this kid's career or his life for that matter. As far as the Bills going in here, this is not the same team that they played in week 6. They're a total different team. This defense is finally getting back to the way they played in 2019. They're shutting down the run, and Josh Allen is on a mission. I mean, I can't believe the step that he took from last year, but when we lost to the Texans in that wild card game, he could not wait to get back, and he said that they don't ever want to have that taste in their mouth again, that they're going to work their butts off to get back to that, to redeem themselves from that game. And he put the work in. Even though we didn't have a regular off season like we normally do, Josh was in Florida. He was with his offensive linemen. He was with the running backs. He was with the wide receivers. He worked out 3 days with Stephon Diggs. And he also worked out with Jordan Palmer again, and to correct, his accuracy issues and footwork issues. He's taken these steps to improve his game, and he's proven it. The Bills all year have done nothing but broken records from the Jim Kelly era. Stephon Diggs, number 1 receiver in receptions, number 1 receiver in yardage. He's also having the best year of his career being with Josh Allen. And it's not that he's getting the long ball. It's the fact is that they're picking what the defense has given you. So you got Beasley, who's having a breakout year, one of his best years of his career. Then you throw in John Brown. You got Diggs. Then you got Gabriel Davis, who has 7 touchdowns this year as a rookie wide receiver. And I didn't think he would even see the field. And then you throw in Dawson Knox. So there's some weapons on the defense of the Kansas City is going to have to count for. And then you throw in the Josh Allen can run. And there's nothing people think the Bills can't run. Devin Singletary, he handled the load last year. There's no reason he's healthy. There's no reason why he can't handle the load this year or this game here. I can see him getting 100 yards. It's not like it's impossible for Devin to get. They just didn't have to run the ball. They were taking what the defense has given them. All right. If they were stopping the pass, we have no problem going to the run. We did it against the Patriots. We put 180 yards up on them on the ground. And then we have some proven backs. We got TJ Yeldon back there. All right. So I think that this Bills team is going to go in there, and this is their statement game. They already know no one is accepting the fact that we're going to go in and win. There's all doubters out there, and the Bills feed off that. The fact is, you had Tyreek Hill today saying that we don't overlook the Bills, but we're going to be in the Super Bowl. You don't overlook the Bills, though. You just said that that you're saying that you're going to go to the Super Bowl. You got to beat this Bills team, and right now McDermott knows that he's going to have this team prepared. He knows that this team is going to be ready. And I mean, this team has shocked me all year. And I've said that. I've been a Bills fan since 85. All I'm doing right now is I'm sitting back and I'm enjoying this ride. Because, I mean, I don't know what to make of this season, and I don't know what to make of this team. Because could this be the team that finally gets over that hurdle and gets there to the big dance and finally walks away with the trophy? I don't know. But I know that the Bills are going to fight their asses off this weekend in Kansas City.
Okay, so but you're not picking it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I want the Bills to win. I mean, do I predict the score? I mean, I think it would be
no score. I mean, like you said, Al Davis said it best: just win, baby.
That's it. Just win. Just win.
Okay,
that's all I want.
I actually, I'm a little bit more. And again, this is not a hatred factor because obviously, I'm a Raider fan and I don't like the Chiefs. That's goes without saying. Okay, I respect Kansas City, but what happens when I look at Kansas City this year, I see a team that the Raiders beat in Kansas City. I see a team that the Chargers should have won against Kansas City the first game. I see a game where Kansas City barely beat the Panthers and the Falcons.
Miami.
And there's been a lot of close calls. In fact, it took them until the last seconds to beat the Raiders in Vegas. Okay. Mm-hmm. They've gotten by the hair of their chinny chin chin.
Yep.
Okay. And I really think that the Chiefs are going against this defense of the Bills that is that much better than the Browns. And the Browns played very tough last week. And the Bills showed what you can do when you don't let another quarterback beat you. They showed making sure that Jackson didn't beat them. And I think they're going to employ a similar style against Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And I see the Bills winning. So I got the Packers against the Bills. Now I will say this as well. And one of the gentlemen that I do the show with on Wednesday, Ref Guru, says if you go pure football, it's going to be a Buffalo Packers Super Bowl. But the conspiracy theorist in him, and I'm calling you out there, Ref, he says that he sees it going to be a Tampa Bay, Kansas City Super Bowl because the NFL would like to see that matchup of Mahomes versus Brady. But he also says the other thing, the flip side is saying that he wants that the NFL can have a Super Bowl I rematch where it's the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. So
me, myself, I would like to see the Bills face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady and beat him in the Super Bowl as a Bills fan.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I even said that I always wanted to say that I wanted the Raiders this year to play Brady. And again, I'm being kind to say by his name. Normally, I'm not going to call him that deliberately again. But, to break number 12 in half, because, again, the Patriot dynasty, in air quotes, was all on a bad call. I'm sorry. I won't let it go. Okay. I'm not crying. I know that, Jamie and Joe would go with the, here's a
tissue.
You're still crying. But again, it's not going to happen because the Raiders will never face Tom Brady again. They won't. Unless
if Tom's here next year, we actually play Tampa Bay down in Tampa Bay.
Right. And hopefully we're welcome to do a SuperFan show from here. I'll clean up the desk and we'll have a 2-person desk. But I can't wait to do that. But again, it's going to be fun this weekend. And I firmly believe that, again, these two games are going to be so much better than whoever wins or whoever plays in the Super Bowl. And I can't wait to see it.
And, the Bills all year have been bringing big numbers to networks. I mean, even the Baltimore game that they just played, they had huge numbers on that game. So the Bills, I think it's great that the NFL put this game as the night game, the nightcap, so to speak, because of the network, all the numbers. I mean, the Bills did that last year. Every primetime game, the Bills, people want to see the Bills on prime time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put this up again. And Penelope, thank you for being a viewer tonight. Penelope says that she's been loving Green Bay and the Chiefs. So I'm sorry if may you have your Super Bowl dream, but keep it a dream because I don't want it to happen.
Right.
But thank you. We thank you for joining us and viewing and get the word out. Fred and I and all of our guests, and I got to thank everybody that was on tonight. Everybody between Joe and Jamie and Mary and Zach and A-Bomb and Champ and obviously Mookie coming in and Michael representing for the Packers. And I know I'm forgetting people. Please tell me who I'm forgetting. That were in there. Deep Captain Defense who came in. Thank you, Warrior. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Because again, we don't have this show without you. And remember that what we represent for Elite Superfans is anti-bullying. And I'll take the coin out again. We stand up for the axis of make sure I get it to the camera correctly. Fans against bullying. That's what the Elite Superfans are all about. So that schmuck that was in here talking crap, go away. Go away. Okay. So thank you again, Fred. I appreciate you being in here, brother. And I'm going to roll the credits and we'll do a show in 2 weeks, I'm thinking, because there's no reason to do one next week. So we'll take the week off for next week. Unless you got something hot and heavy to do, but if we do, then we do. But we'll let the bosses decide. But I definitely can't wait to have the Super Bowl show with you, sir.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody that's following us. Remember, like I said, if you do like the show, you enjoy it. If you're a super fan and you want to be on the show, be sure to reach out to Captain or Tiffany, and be sure to follow and like Elite Superfan. They have a page. If you're a fan of any team, just reach out. You can join. You can follow them on the Elite Superfan page. You can follow them in the Elite Superfan group, and even the show. Like and follow the show. We appreciate it, and we'll try to keep bringing the content to everybody.
That's our vision. We want to do that. So again, Fred, we're going to kick ourselves off the screen. Thanks again, everybody. Join us for the Super Bowl show, TBD, but keep watching and get the word out. Thanks again, everybody.
Have a good night. Go Bills.